Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101, the podcast that 9 out of 10 doctors recommend. I'm FuFuCuddilyPoof, and this is level 166. Joining me tonight, as always, is Rocker Dude 5012.
He says, as always, like I'm always here, and don't count last week.
See, I knew you guys were going to pick up on that. After I said that, I went, darn it. And we also have Big Ell.
Oh, Rocker Dude, you were definitely here last week, I remember.
I did hear you in the recording.
You were definitely here. You definitely made a cameo.
KooshMoose.
Just because we're all white here.
Whoa, you can't say that.
I mean, hey. I didn't see a Heizo, I'm assuming.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you.
We didn't see him either, to be honest.
I saw a Heizo.
I listened to part of the podcast. The synced part. I was yelling at you guys for something. That was a good patron question for Retro last week. And I think Koosh did save it. He said something I would have said. So thank you, Koosh. But
Koosh is here?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Not yet, I'm not.
I said and KooshMoose.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear that. Hey guys, I'm here.
You didn't give him the illustrious introduction.
Oh man, we are
That's
only
because I think
KooshMoose.
Ell talked over me.
We're only 500 episodes away from a special episode.
A very special episode.
A very special episode.
Is that where we lock you in the freezer?
Yes.
So
that's
something
the
else
opposite
happened.
of the freezer.
Oh.
Something else happened over the past few days.
Oh boy.
Since my time away from the podcast, from the microphone, I've been. So
Congrats
I get
on
into
the
these
sex.
shows.
Have you been experimenting with PlayStation?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I get into these shows and I start binging what I'm watching. It's been like this thing recently, and right now I'm into Hot Ones. You know, the interview show with the Wings.
Oh goodness!
I've never watched that before until until 2 days ago, and now it's like the perfect one to pick and choose because I don't care about all of these celebrities. So I'm picking my favorites and going through them. And now I want nothing more than to do an entire podcast while doing this challenge.
Yes.
I mean it just for the wings.
Yes.
The hell's wrong with you?
It would be like you could do it the way that we do this podcast, but I think that we should meet up and do it in person.
Oh my God, yes.
It'd be great. Before the end of this show ever.
Before the white hot death of AH-101. We eat wings together. Okay.
And also, I've learned from many episodes that the hottest sauce, the last dab sauce, is not really that's not the kicker. It's two sauces before that. And now I want Devin to go back and do that one. Because I think just doing one of the sauces is kind of chickening out a little bit. You got to build up. It's about the journey. Okay.
Well, speaking of last dab, I join in with Devin's Extra Life. If we get to $1,000, I'll do the last dab as well.
Hey, that reminds me.
But I won't duck out after doing the last dab. I will do the last dab and then I'll record the podcast. So you'll be able to see me suffer throughout the live show.
Which is why the journey is so good because you can start. If we did the whole lineup, by the time we get to the last dab, it's like Brad Camp, and we're firing them off. Pun intended.
Dude, okay. Hold up. How much is that set again? Maybe we can get ourselves a set.
Speaking of ducking, when are we going to see your dance?
Yes.
When I finally connect.
Yeah, I will send you one if you can't find one.
When Corey watches Princess Bride.
That's happening.
Soon. TM. Yeah,
so I had actually never heard of the Hot Ones until I saw a parody of it on Saturday Night Live. Maya Rudolph played Beyonce on Hot Ones. So if you haven't seen that, Corey, you'll probably get a kick out of that now.
I saw a season on HBO, and I'm only went into it because I just finished Workaholics, and one of the people was on there as the first episode, so it drew me in. But apparently, that season is random people, so you can find the rest of them on YouTube. And I did see an SNL skit. So
okay. So maybe YouTube show is now on HBO.
Well, HBO picked up True TV, and apparently they showed this on True TV, and I guess they just picked random ones.
Oh, okay.
So
the sauce set is $75.
Jeez.
So I don't think we're going to spend $300 on that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
We meet
We'll
up,
all get
we make our
together.
own achievement fest where we do a live podcast, Hot Ones style. Where's the middle for us? I don't know, Ohio?
As long as we
West
start
Virginia?
with Old Bay wings.
I'll take
Yes.
mild.
That's fine.
Yes, it's
Yeah, I
the
could
one.
destroy some Old Bay wings.
All right, you've also destroyed the intro of the podcast.
The flow. Welcome to Food Podcast once again.
Oh, I mean, we haven't started a podcast of food talk in a while.
It's been at least a week or two.
Exactly.
At least.
It's been a while. It's okay. This is America. We eat here, so we're allowed to talk food on our podcast. But fine, if we want to get into gaming, I guess we can start off with our topics of discussion. Topic of discussion for this week is a question, which is, how much does nostalgia play a part in the games you are currently playing? Whether it be a Switch title playing the nearest Mario, Pokemon, Zelda title, or a Ratalaika game that reminds you of games of yesteryear, does nostalgia prey on your current gaming habits? So for me, the two of the biggest games I've been playing the most, like the past month, besides the one game I'll talk about in a few, is Animal Crossing, which I've been playing since GameCube, and Halo, which I've been playing since Halo 1 on the original Xbox. So as of late, I guess it's been playing a pretty big part. I'm really excited for Halo Infinite, so I've been playing a lot of Halo just for fun or trying to get some of the little easy achievements I have left in the Master Chief Collection just to get ready for it.
So those are two 20-year-old franchises that you've been playing.
Yes. So, I mean, there is some nostalgia to it. I mean, Corey and I, we played Spyro Reignited Trilogy when that came out to see who could be the fastest and whatnot. So there's some nostalgia that goes into my gaming. Go ahead, Nick.
I was going to say, is it nostalgia, though, if you're playing Halo Infinity, which is the next one, and not just, Halo 1?
Well, I'm playing Halos 1, 2, 3, not 4, and Reach.
I would argue that sequels count towards nostalgia and prey on your nostalgia, absolutely.
Even brand new sequels
Yeah.
that people may or may not
3
play
is 14
before
years
they're
old.
out, even though there's offered.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not playing Halo Infinite at all. Obviously, I'm not even doing the
Hashtag
the
not a real
multiplayer betas.
fan.
I'm waiting. I'm going in fresh. I cannot wait for that game. So
See,
come
that's what-
2022 when it finally releases, I'm gonna play it.
So you can wait.
I think of nostalgia as playing like a remaster or a previously unreleased or something, and not necessarily the next one in a series, because that's a brand new game that could have brand new mechanics. That's not nostalgia. That's an ongoing series. I mean, do you have nostalgia for Call of? Well, I guess you could. It's so old now. I was going to say for Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Well, that's what I
is
said.
retro in some aspects.
If you play
Halo 3, Halo 3 is 14 years old at this point, and so is Call of Duty. Well, Call of Duty 4.
I say anything PS2, Xbox, and under, that is considered retro.
If you played Animal Crossing on
that seems fair to
GameCube
me.
20 years ago and you play it today, it's more or less the same thing, but now you can show it to your kids, and it's definitely nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, I play a lot of Pocket Camp as well. That's the one on the phone.
Nostalgia is the best part about being a parent. You can show your kids all your favorite stuff.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things. I can't wait till Oliver gets older. So like a lot of these games that I've played, it's like, hey, you can play too.
And we are lucky to have things like Disney Plus and all these streaming services.
Speaking of nostalgia and streaming services, this past week, I kind of introduced my daughter to Sonic the Hedgehog, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog from 1993, and she loves it. I think she's watched it more than I did, because I don't remember watching that show as a kid.
Yes.
See, I never watched that. I watched Sonic X.
That's on Paramount
I don't
Plus,
know.
right?
It's on Netflix, and then there's more on Paramount Plus.
And you know who the
But
voice of Sonic was?
No.
Oh, it was.
Is it a wrestler?
Chris Pratt. Was it Chris Pratt?
It was Jaleel White.
I don't know who that is.
I have no idea. who
Urkel.
that
Come
is.
on.
Urkel. Did I?
Oh,
do
really?
that? Yes. Yeah.
Urkel.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was the voice of Sonic.
Anyways, that kind of relates to what I played a little bit this past month with the Sonic games, trying to get into it. And then I ultimately came to the decision that I have nostalgia for those games, but they just don't do it for me anymore. As sad as that is. But nostalgia for me definitely plays a role in what I buy. I won't say play because I buy more than I play these days. But I certainly like my, remaster. I think we all do. Otherwise, they wouldn't make them. Whether I play them or not is a different story. Like I said, buying comes before gaming for these. And we had, Mario, Skeptical Mario. He says that he prefers the style of the nostalgia, so he'll go for his pixel art platformers, which I'm in that camp too. I like those games, but I don't think it's nostalgia that brings me to them personally, like it does him. I just think it's a beautiful art form. It doesn't have to be 3D hyper realistic for me to enjoy it. But for him, he goes for that style of nostalgia. And obviously genres that he favored at that time as a kid as well. He'll go back and play those all the time as well. And then Chewy on Ice, he said that it doesn't completely dictate his gaming, but it plays a big part in it. He says he picks things that interest him, that do relate to his past, but he does like trying new things. Again, I'm kind of all over the board. I will gravitate towards that. You'll see that in my coming real soon pick for this week. It's a game based on nostalgia. If you had none, you would not be playing it. But I'm always looking for the new things too, which is why I like indie games, because they try new things that you haven't seen before. So nostalgia is there for me, but it's not my driving factor. I don't pick up something just because I've played it before or that it reminds me of my childhood.
I agree. If you're coming new soon, pick.
Oh yeah,
Coming real soon, pick.
Definitely.
What about you, El?
Let me read a couple of things from our wonderful patrons. Chesno says, my first console was the PS2, so I'm not nostalgic for older stuff. Wait a minute. The PS2 is over 20 years old now, buddy. That's old. We old. You love.
I don't think that those type of games
You're
hold
old.
up as well as, say, Nintendo 64, Sega 32-bit, maybe even PS1. PS2 is a weird era to start at, I think.
Yeah, but if you started there,
Depends on the game.
If you started there, then you could, of course, be nostalgic for that stuff 20 years later. Why not?
Sure. I just think it's a little... Well, I guess it's kind of biased because I don't know how
that happens.
Was that...
I think the PS2 holds up better than the PS1.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of games that were on the PS2 that, you would play today.
So, the
You
3D
would play-
platformers like Ratchet and
Right.
Clank, Sly Cooper, Spyro, those on the PS2 aren't terrible now. I mean, they're obviously dated. They're not terrible now. But anything that has 3D graphics on the PlayStation 1 is awful.
Yeah, but in the PlayStation 2 era, a lot of those were sequels. And I think nostalgia probably harkens back to the originals, mostly.
Jack and Dexter was new to the PS2. Ratchet and Clank.
Well, I'm just thinking like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
I do think GTA 3 came out on PS2, and I think that you could probably be nostalgic for that. That was kind of more of a first of its kind.
So I've played that probably about a year-ish ago. That's not awful going back to. I don't think my nephews who played GTA 5 would ever want to play GTA 3. Going back to it, they would have a horrible time. But if we went back to it, we would be fine with it.
I don't know. I loaded up San Andreas and it was just horrible. There were 3 polygons.
I don't know. 'Cause you heard that they're coming out with the remasters, right?
Hopefully they'll get 5 polygons, but it was it was ugly.
I plan on getting that just for nostalgia.
Oh, it's definitely ugly.
If you booted up to San Andreas, that's a phone port, so that's notably bad. But I do agree with your point. Like, if you play Vice City, you touch the water, you die. You turn the wrong way on the bike, you die. But then people play GTA 4, which was notably better, but everyone thought it sucked. So I don't know. I think people sometimes just think the new thing sucks and they go with what they grew up with.
Well, the art from back then and the 3D graphics back then are awful now. But like the actual gameplay is not awful. It's not good, but it's not awful.
I think that's your opinion on the art style. Some of those things I don't think were bad or even are bad today.
No, I mean that definitely also varies.
I was waiting for a "How dare you" from Koosh, but
yeah, I'm sitting here trying to remember back to the PlayStation.
Polygons are all terrible.
I'm trying to remember a game on the PlayStation 1 that was just amazing that I would still want. I mean, obviously Final Fantasy 7. Obviously, no, not the game, the cutscenes.
Oh,
cutscenes, which were full motion video.
So I could. Would you you say cutscenes? Would you be okay with like an opening video where like it's just CGI and like Because if you look up Tekken 3,
gosh, Tekken was so good.
Go on YouTube, look up the Tekken 3 opening video. Considering that game is like 20, almost 25 years old, that actually is not terrible the way it looks.
You played Tekken just to get the 30-second endings that were all the CGIs.
Yes,
you
exactly.
played Tekken.
The weird shower, the weird funny stuff, the weird That was why you played the same things over and over and over again.
So to finish what Chesno was saying, it is odd to have someone that grew up playing PS2, and he said his childhood was playing the 360, but he played Voodoo Vince and Corey's favorite game, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. So yeah,
that one nostalgia was not my friend on.
No, it wasn't. And we have Mr. Ahizo, last week's guest, who did a great job, except for cutting off Kenny before he even talked. He said nostalgia can definitely bring me to a game I might not have played otherwise, and can make it more fun for me. He says, I try to acknowledge, though, when a game doesn't necessarily hold up well, but still brings back good memories. I wouldn't call a game better than it is because of it, but it doesn't make it better specifically for me. So he didn't name any games specifically, but I know that he recently went through Mass Effect Trilogy, Halo Master Chief Collection. To me, playing through those games again it's nostalgia. And it's liking...
Well, there's definitely nostalgia with some of those games.
There's one thing to play it again. There's another to play it again with achievements. There's a ton of games I would play again, but that's kind of a waste of my time.
Yeah, but you do stacks and stuff, so... I do get what you're saying. Achievements is its own ball of wax. I think if there wasn't achievements, I probably wouldn't play as many Ratalaika games. I'd probably fire up the old emulator and play the old classics or the Switch Virtual Console instead.
I even lie to myself and say that I'm going to play them, and then I don't. Like, they just, they announced the N64 on the Nintendo Switch service online. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I've never played that. What is it, Majora's Mask? Like, maybe now's the time.
You should play Ocarina of Time.
Am I really?
Absolutely.
I can't wait till they add the GameCube, and then I'll actually care about Nintendo Online.
They're adding Pokemon Snap. I'm going to try to use it as a precursor, see if my kids would like the new one.
You can't invert the controls on that. Maybe you can now.
I never owned or played an N64, really, so I have no nostalgia for that. My nostalgia for Nintendo starts at the Game Boy. I have
Game Boy's pretty
little
old.
to no nostalgia for the NES. I've never played an SNES.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Nintendo basically was non-existent in my childhood. It was all just
All right.
PlayStation and Xbox.
You're also 14, so this happens.
That explains why you like Halo.
Exactly.
Nostalgia for Cortana.
Nostalgia just drives everything I do personally. I still enjoy all the stuff I did when I was younger.
Playing single player games with other people.
But like even like if you go in your car and play music, you're probably not going to play something that came out in the last couple of years. You're going to probably play something from the 90s or the 2000s.
Says you.
I'm a
on the hunt for new
millennial, so
music.
I'm on podcasts.
Yeah, I played something that came out last week. That's a podcast.
Our podcast. All right, well,
Yes.
if you were to listen to music, you listen to new stuff, Kenny?
Probably 50% of what I listen to is new.
That's cool. You like learning new stuff, new music, but not playing games from before you were born. I understand.
Because old games are bad.
Oh.
I mean, if we're going to talk about nostalgia, 2 of the 3 lock screens that I have on my phone is Power Rangers, so.
2 of the 3.
Yeah.
So I
Power
can do
Rangers
that.
is a good example. It's awful, but you loved it as a kid, so it's like comfort food for you. Just like when Corey watches The Office, and then when he's done watching The Office, he immediately watches The Office again because it's comfort food, and it's
the
just
perfect thing
easy.
to go to sleep to.
It's installed.
You don't have to pay attention.
That's because The Office is boring and it puts you to sleep.
The Office has a bunch
That's
of
not true.
intricacies that you probably don't get.
I fall asleep to movies I want to watch. If it's late enough, it will not keep me up to watch it. I'll just, I'll just
Once you
rewind
have
it the
kids,
next day
that's
and
it.
find my spot.
You old.
See, that's
My
what
wife can't go to
YouTube is
sleep if
for.
she's watching something new, but I can. So I put on short stuff that I've seen before.
I put on fights.
You go to sleep dreaming about half naked men. Gotcha.
All right,
punching
enough
each other.
about half-naked men.
Did Koosh ever give his answer?
I did not. Thanks for
Yeah, I don't
asking.
think so. Please do.
First,
That rabbit trailed.
I'd like to give OM Jesus' answer first. She says, nostalgia definitely impacts not only what I play, but how I play it. If a game gives me a sense of nostalgia, I'm more inclined to take my time with it than to see how quickly I can get through it. I think that's true.
Good answer.
Yeah, I like that. I agree with that. Wild West 08 says, I would say nostalgia plays a little bit into my gaming habits. I make the choice to get remasters of the games I really love. I just finished the Ezio collection and had a blast revisiting my favorite era of Assassin's Creed games.
See?
As far as going back to play older games I love, in my dream of not having to adult, I wish I could go back, but I don't have the time.
I feel that.
See, those
Yeah, I think
Assassin's Creed games are not that old. But he's
Are
the
they
most-
originals?
Some of them are kind of old.
L, go on Bing right now and type in, when did Assassin's Creed come out?
Get them
It's
big
probably
points.
like
But you were
2003,
arguing
right?
that. But if you're arguing that PS2 is not nostalgia, then Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no, L's right. Yeah, I don't think they came out to the 360. It's hard to
Yeah.
say that you can be nostalgia for those, but
Assassin's
at the same
Creed
time,
came out in 2007. That's 14 years ago. It's a teenager. It's almost
when I
about to get its
graduated high
learners.
school.
Well, thanks for asking again. Corey nailed it. I mostly buy games these days. I play some, but yeah, most of it is buying. So does nostalgia dictate what I play? Absolutely not, until it does. And like games that mimic old games really well. And I was sort of thinking about this, and I was thinking, okay, well, there's like 2 types of nostalgia, at least for me. There's like brand nostalgia. So it's like, okay, they're going to re-release Blaster Master. They're going to release this Castlevania collection. And yeah, that's an exact brand. It's the exact series. I'm going to buy it. And then maybe I'll install it. And then there's game style nostalgia. So games like Cyber Shadow. Well, that plays like an NES game. And yeah, I played it and I loved it. And, I put other things to the side so I could play that immediately. For the first 3 levels. Then The Messenger, a game like that, that's also like an NES style. I played that really hardcore for about 80% of the game and then got distracted by something shiny, but that's just me. Mummy Demastered plays just like an, Super Nintendo game, plays like Super Metroid. And yeah, I love that, so these games capture my attention and they do a really good job of it. They also capture my wallet's attention and I will eventually get back to them. I'm trying to think of, I was going through my gaming history just recently, the past month or so. And yeah, they don't really dictate what I play. What dictates what I play is what is leaving Game Pass, or what's good for a contest. But as far as what I buy,
Server closures.
Yes, what I play, every now and then it does, but not my day to day.
So I just binged when does something become retro? And Wikipedia describes retro style as blah, 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 blah. It generally implies a vintage of at least 15 or 20 years.
So it's not.
Fine. Halo 3 and Assassin's Creed isn't retro yet. We'll table this for a year, and then it'll be retro.
Do they cuff their jeans?
Billy Mitchell played
No, nobody got it. Okay.
Jenko. So our last patron, Root Directory, said he loves the idea of going back and playing all the old games he played when he was younger, and even the early 360 days had some games he'd love to go back to and experience again. Realistically, though, he'll never go back and play them. Oh, come on.
Because there's no achievements.
Games nowadays, for the most part, are just better. I don't know. They're more plentiful. If there's a remaster,
he's not playing the same games we are.
If there's a remaster with new achievements, a la Diablo 2, sure, I'll probably get it. Interesting. He mentioned Diablo 2. And Skeptical Mario also mentioned Diablo 2. Oh, but he says he's more excited about what's to come rather than what's happened. And I'm pretty sure in the Discord he said, or someone said, that it's kind of slow and clunky now compared to the new ones. So sometimes it's hard to go back to those old games with the quality of life improvements also nowadays.
It can be, but
tank controls.
Nostalgia doesn't care.
All right.
At least when you come to buying.
All right. Thank you to Big Ell, Anonymous, for that great question. The patrons,
Nony Mouse.
Nony Mouse. You guys did us proud.
That was
patrons.
fun.
Thank you for all your feedback and conversation today in the Discord channel of the patron Discord channel.
Yes. That was a fun discussion. But on to other news. Smirnov has hit the big 3 million gamer score.
Holy cow.
First 3 million in history. In the world.
That
in America.
Is a ridiculous achievement.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, Stallion 83 was the first to 1 million. And then it got competitive. Smirnov's playstyle was different, in which he likes to go for completions as well. So he wrote a blog about his milestone. He hit 1 million on August 30th, 2014 with Victory and Sacrifice in Diablo 3. 2 million in December 2018 with Can't Stop, Won't Stop in Fable Fortune. And 3 million on September 24th with Zeus in At Sundown, Shots in the Dark. And that is because his dog, Zeus, passed away a couple weeks ago, so he got that achievement in honor of his dog. So congratulations and condolences as well to Smirnov. But I guess Can't Stop, Won't Stop was accurate because his blog says he is going to stop, or at least slow down, and play games he wants to play. He tried to get 3,000 completions with the 3 million, but something was wonky with Xbox, so it wasn't quite at the same time. Something wasn't counting one way or another. So the next day on TA, it showed up, the 3,000th completion. And now he's already up to 3,005, so we'll see what he continues to do. We need to try to get him on the podcast. I don't know if Canadians are allowed, but we'll see what we can do.
Well, when one door closes, a window opens. And when he did that, you, my friend, jumped up a place on the streak leaderboard.
Oh.
Because Smirnov decided to end his 10.5-year streak. Believe it was over 3,600 days.
Oh, wow. I thought you were talking about a door opening for another one of our community members to surpass him.
Tomato. Because as you mentioned in his blog post that he wrote, he mentioned Redemption Denied.
Mm-hmm.
Been on the podcast a couple times, and always in Discord. He is the runner-up, and Stallion has called him to be the new leader in due time.
Yes. And by Stallion, you mean Smirnoff. But yes, absolutely.
I did not say Stallion, did I?
You did.
Oh, well they got, S's.
So this, SS Enterprise or something.
Tomato.
Wait. Who says tomato anyway? The
I am
British?
crazy Brits.
And British children.
They put a U in there, tomato.
Daddy.
Mommy, Daddy, can I have a tomato? Tomato with the queen.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Does anybody know how many games are on TA?
At least
At
32.
least 3,000.
Smirnoff has 3,000 complete. So I'm wondering how many more does he have? Is there? I mean, obviously he
Probably-
can't complete them all because I can't imagine he has all the ones done that has like the discontinues in them. But
Did any of you guys think that 3,000 completions sounds low? Like, I would have thought he would have had more.
yes,
Just for when I compared that to 3 million,
yeah, I would have thought he had more as well. I mean, when I go to the full Xbox games list, it has 83 pages, and there's 50 a page, and that comes up to 4,150.
Well, what's interesting...
So I don't know if that actually is the correct total, but if that
How
is,
many?
he has 3,000 of 4,150, and that is bonkers. He has almost 3/4 of
There's got to be more than that.
Xbox complete.
Because 3,000 times 1,000 is 3 million, so...
Yeah,
If every game
I think
was-
that's your pages. There's definitely more than 50 on my page. I think you counted wrong.
Yeah, well,
No,
I think
I
that's a
said-
setting, isn't it?
No, there's 50 games per page.
No, there's not. There's way more. There's
Depends
probably
on your
100.
setting.
It
I
depends
think
on
it's
your
a
setting.
TA setting.
But he
it's
said
a-
83. If you're looking at the last page, that's a short page.
Okay, yeah, it is. I honestly, I just saw the 83.
This isn't a math podcast, everybody. This is a food podcast, and sometimes we talk about games with achievements
But no math.
relating to food. Yes.
Do any of you know how to figure that number out real fast? 'Cause
You also
I
have to take away the apps, that don't give gamer score. It's a lot of games.
Okay, whatever. There's over 4,000. He's got like 3/4
Over
of the
4,000?
Xbox library complete. That's a lot of games. That is an insane achievement right in and of itself that he has that much done. But anyway, good job, Smirnoff, and can't wait to see what Redemption Denied has for us next.
Here
it won't be much longer.
He has 3,717 games played and 4,500 plus in his collection.
Okay.
So, but that's still, if you just count played, 3,006 completions out of 3,717 played. Pretty good.
Yeah. Part of what he talks about in his blog is how games are just too darn easy now. That actually drove him away. I guess that could be its own podcast on another day. But it is interesting.
Oh,
I think
I mean,
Redemption made a comment to the effect of like, he says, maybe one day I'll quit too for that reason. He goes, nah, I'm probably going to try to be the first to 1 billion. So that was a fun comment.
all the way. Well, Zelda, give it like 3 years and you'll probably get there.
Maybe. Oh yeah, you see he's going to be like in an old folks home trying to get to 1 billion?
It won't take that long. The way
No,
we're
definitely
going.
not.
I mean, Stallion hit 1 million in 2014. Then he hit 2 million in 2018. And now Smirnoff hit 3 million in 2021. So definitely progressively easier.
Yep.
let's talk about some other games. Let's get into the game showcase. Nate, you've been kind of quiet, so let's start with you.
Yes. So I played a surprise Game Pass game, Flynn, Son of Crimson. Double surprise. It maybe was a Vayner, or people thought it could be a Vayner because they said it was a Vayner, and I don't know. You be the judge. So in this game, you play as Flynn, and you have special crimson powers. So passed down from your family, apparently. You get the ability to channel this crimson energy, and you use that to basically create like a crimson sword for fast attacks. And eventually you learn how to get an axe, a crimson axe, which is slower but stronger, and it has different properties. Like you can smash down crystal barriers that your sword couldn't do. So that's kind of a a power or a progression gating, which is a hallmark of Metroidvanias. You also get projectiles, so you can shoot like crimson bursts or crimson blasts, and if you hold that casting button down longer, you can have a bigger blast that goes out. And you also get the ability to get a freeze version of that. And I think there's one or two other types as well. I think you get like a burning one, and an electric one. So I haven't gotten that far into the game. I would say I'm 3 area boards in. So each area can have multiple nodes on the map that you can go to. So multiple levels. So I've gotten to 3 different, basically screens of those that you can get to. I just cracked into one not too long ago. There is backtracking. It doesn't seem like it at first. The first couple levels are very linear. You don't really see anything that you can't get to. But slowly you start to see little areas that maybe have like a wall jump or a wall climb path through. Either that or you have to get up above and drop down. You're not really sure. You see these crystal walls that you at first can't do anything with. But very quickly you pick up, I shouldn't say very quickly, it takes an hour or two before you start picking up the ability to smash down those walls and get through there. To progress further on in the story, you may have other things locked behind them in other areas. I haven't quite gotten to that point yet. You're finding trinkets throughout the levels. There's one, I don't think it's on every level, but they're kind of dispersed. And when you get those, you can sell them to a vendor, and he'll give you a bunch of currency that you can then use to buy skills. Now you can put those skills towards your skill tree. So you have this kind of crazy skill tree that you can increase your specific attacks. You can increase your health. You can increase your ability to heal yourself. You have like a mana gauge that fills up when you destroy these green crystals, and you can then cast a heal spell. And then you can, smash some more of these crystals and get the ability to heal yourself a couple times throughout a fight. So that's pretty cool. And when it comes to the achievements, they are mostly for progression, for killing bosses. Then there, of course, there's your typical ones for, getting all the things. So getting all the relics, selling them, and then learning or buying every skill. And then there are a couple achievements for doing different skills, like doing a combo that starts with an uppercut and then doing every type of thing in the air that you can for like an air juggle, or doing like a full powered smash down. And the combat in this, so it has a lot of moves. The developer was really into, and they really wanted to get a fast, fluid combat going. Now I currently only have 2 weapons, and I have a couple skills for those weapons, so I haven't really seen the ability to switch around too much. I just got to that point where I can switch between the sword and the axe mid-combo. One of the things I didn't like about the game was the default control scheme. I think dash is on a B. I think dash is on the B button, and they have a lot of jumps where you have to like get right to the edge, the very, very edge of a ledge, dash, and then jump, and then grab this other ledge. And if you're off by just a little bit, you won't make that jump. And that's really hard for me to do with the B button. So I actually switched that around to make, as always, I feel that dash should be on the R bump. So I was, R bumping, and I was making jumps that I was having difficulty with later. But you can, dash through enemies to dodge their attacks, and then hit them with the sword from behind, or Some enemies will be coated with crystal and your sword does nothing to them. And you have to first get in an axe strike to smash the crystal and then attack them. So there's a lot of variety to the combat, which I love. You know, I love games where they have fast, fluid combat like this, especially when it's 2D. So yeah, I mean, this game really called out to me. I haven't been hooked on it. I've been distracted by other things, like things going away this month have kind of distracted me from this game. But I went back to it today, and I had the feeling, I guess a little bit of time kind of helped me to like think about, okay, well, is this a Vayner? Is this a Metroidvania? And I think it's not really a Metroidvania, but I think it's as much of a Metroidvania as the Shantae games are. It's very much like a Shantae game. Just the different movesets you have, the backtracking is very similar. The level select is very similar. You know, it can be kind of a linear progression. Although you can revisit these places, but when you do, you always start at the left and you kind of work your way to the right. So it's very much a Shantae style Metroidvania so far. Now, like I said,
is any of it required? Do you have to go back?
I don't know yet. I haven't been forced to go back and do that. Like, I know that
the level select kills it for me. I can't do it.
Well,
not with, being a Vayner.
Right. Well, like I said, if you think that Shantae is a Vayner, or some of the Shantae games are Vayners, this has a lot of similarity to those, even in the art style, in the movement, and just kind of like the map system. To me, I was just like, wow, this is really a whole lot like those middle Shantae games. I
mean, speaking of nostalgia, this game is aesthetically nostalgia, right?
Oh, absolutely. Looks great. It plays like a Nintendo game, or maybe even, I wouldn't say an N64, maybe like an SNES, so a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit like that. It's kind of in between. It's
definitely a retro game.
Yeah, it's kind of between the Nintendo, I would say like level design with like the Super Nintendo graphics.
Yeah, I only dived it, but the game looks great. The combat seemed, good. I would definitely not done with it, but it'll probably be one that I'll just go back to when they tell me it's leaving Game Pass. Nothing that I need to go to right now.
And what's going to make that easy, unfortunately, is the accessibility option. There's an accessibility option that will allow you to take no damage. So
now Corey will play it.
That would make the game so boring, I think. Like, I mean, and that's for some people. Sure, go for it. I mean, I did that with Iconfall, right? I went through and I turned on, in order to get that done in the month, I turned on like I can win with my win button every combat with like one or two presses of a button. But for this game, because of the type of game it is, and how difficult the normal version of it is, like I wouldn't want to turn that on. It would really sap all the fun out of the game for me. I think you should play a little farther. I think your opinion might change if you get a little bit farther in. Like you're on the first board, I assume. First board of
two
levels.
Or three. Yeah, definitely the first set, hub of levels, whatever that is.
Okay, yeah. So by the time you get to the second, I would say actually even to the third big board, like the second big board, I was like, okay, well I can tell that there are branching paths. Each level will tell you, if there's multiple exits. By the time you get to the third board of levels, I started to get that feel like, okay, well maybe this has some Vayner tendencies. It's clearly not a Metroidvania, through and through. But it might have enough that you could justify it. I still haven't got to the point where I've said yes or no.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played those Shantae games that aren't labeled as Vayners, and the ones that are definitely are. They have a mapping system and things like that. But the whole level select, I just think multiple exits. I'm like, that's just Super Mario World. That's not a Vayner.
Well,
which that one you can just get power ups, in random levels. But
yeah, Metroidvania-ness aside, I'm enjoying the game. It is a fun game for what it is. The combat looks like it's going to be really rewarding the farther you go in. So, yeah, I like it. That's Flynn, Son of Crimson.
In like Flynn.
All right. Ell, you've got multiple games as usual, so why don't you go ahead and talk about one now?
I'm just gonna bang them out real quick. Just
What
wanted to.
she said?
There it is. Boing. Just wanted to quickly talk about a couple games. Ultra had to mention, which Vulgar did a review back in the day, saying it was one of his favorite games of all time. No, he hated it. Just wanted to quickly say that I guess going in with really bad expectations made me not hate the game. Basically, you go around collecting hats, and whatever hat you're wearing, you can pass by whatever statue thing is wearing the same hat. But the annoying part is the sound effects. Whenever you are not wearing that hat, the statue punches you, and it goes pow, 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 over and over and over. So I did as much of that one as I could without a guide, and then used a guide to wrap it up. The next game I wanted to talk about is Trails and Traces: The Tomb of Thomas 2, which is quite a tongue twister. That one falls into the category of super nostalgia. It is a 90s point-and-click style game, which Ratalaika, I guess, is doing a lot of lately. But this one in particular is great because the achievement list has no missables, so you could just play. And I did not use a guide for this game. It was very easy, and it was very short. With a guide, it's like 20 to 30 minutes. Without a guide, it was maybe an hour and a half tops.
TA says you spent 10 hours.
Listen,
Yes,
listen,
it does.
I was stuck. No. Why does it do that? I guess just because I leave it on.
That does it. It's probably
I
left suspended.
I swear, if it took me 10 hours, I would admit it. I would make fun of myself.
You don't need to admit it. Corey will for you.
I know he would. That one, it's like Guard Duty. It's fully voice acted also, so that always surprises me.
Very surprising.
The main game I wanted to talk about is one that Koosh has already talked about, so I apologize, but it actually meant a lot to me, which was Omno. It meant a lot to me because I played it with my son, Tyler, and we basically just traded the controller back and forth, and we had a real good time with it.
Cool.
So it's on Game Pass, so I would get it while the getting's good. It is not a hard game. The levels actually got easier as we went on, and the last couple levels we were like, that's it? That's it. Basically, it's kind of like, what's that game? Rhyme. Basically, just go around and you traverse the map. There's a lot of what Tyler likes to call parkour. It's a parkour section. So you jump around, and you dash, and you shimmy, and you climb, and you try to get the balls to leave the area. He would call them O's for some reason, just to be funny. Because whenever I said you have to get balls, he says, "Dad, that's sus." So yeah, I couldn't call them balls. But it's very satisfying. The most satisfying part of the game is that you gain different powers throughout the game. So you get the ability to dash, the ability to teleport, and as you play, the puzzles will start containing all of these elements. And it's just a blast to... The last couple levels are just great. You're doing all the different things that you've learned throughout the game. And the game is just gorgeous. The music is amazing. It was just a good time. So I wanted to talk about a non-Ratalaika game, and this was a good one to talk about. So I wholeheartedly recommend Omno for anyone who hasn't played it. I remember Koosh being a little down on it. I wanted to put a positive spin on it. We really enjoyed it.
I heard a couple of people didn't really enjoy the game that much.
So let me ask you this. Have you been getting 100% completion in every level as you've been going?
Well, I didn't even get to the achievements yet. So we finished the game. We completed it. And we made sure to get 100% before leaving the levels. I did read some people having issues with that. But it's the type of thing we would have done anyway. There are 2, 3, 4 or so achievements that are level specific. So you go in knowing those ones, you're good to go. There is a chapter select, but one or two levels compromises a Kafka chapter. So if you missed something, you would have to go back and redo some stuff. There's one creature that we missed, but the solution for 100% said, oh yeah, if you missed this one, it's available at the end. And sure enough, it was. Did you have issues with that, Nate? That soured you on it? I'm trying to remember.
No, there was just, at the time that I was playing it, so right when it came out, there was something in the solution or the comments for the game that said that if you used chapter select to go back, you wouldn't get the 100% completion achievement. So if, let's say you did every level, but the very first level, you didn't realize that you could get 100%. So you went back and played the first level while you were on the third level and then continued on. That would, at that time, it would have voided the 100% completion, and you'd have to play the game all over again from the very beginning, getting 100% level per level before moving on.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, have you been getting the 100%? And if you haven't, how do you feel about a complete second playthrough?
I can't confirm that that's the case, but I did see a couple of people say that. And if that is true, that's pretty poor design, or whatever you want to call it. That's just pretty bad. Would I have gone through a second time? Probably. You know, we took our time with it. We played a level here, a level there. We never played more than 1 or 2 levels at a time.
Well, you have to remember, this is one developer. So
absolutely,
that
it's one
worked on
dude
it for 5 years.
One guy, and then the guy that did the music. You get the final achievement actually before you beat the game, but you can just do a quick thing and see the ending, which is another kind of, I don't want to say anything, it's like an ambiguous type of ending. Same way Tourist was. It was like 2 games in a row we played together. That was like a kind of a weird ending. But if there was a sequel, I wouldn't be mad. It didn't overstay its welcome. And I liked it.
How long was it?
I guess it probably took, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, maybe. TA says 3 to 4, but these people are probably watching videos and going along with it, and that just defeats the purpose. There was one collectible that took me forever to find. It was one of the glyphs that was right in the beginning of the level that I just walked by, so I admittedly watch a video to find it. But other than that, it was pretty smooth sailing.
Cheater face.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go next with the game.
How about you, Kenny?
Thanks. So, this past week, I finally finished Dishonored.
Nice.
Now, I started talking about this game, I think back in July is when I started it, and it kind of got to the point where I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't much like the game, and I just kind of dropped it. I got distracted by other things, and then when I wanted to go back, I didn't really want to, but I'm like, you know what, let's finish it. That way, I can uninstall it. Just finish the stupid game. So, I picked it back up, and like I said, I rolled credits, all that. I have no desire to complete this game, although the achievement list is actually pretty cool with all the different ways that they want you to complete the game throughout multiple playthroughs. The game I thought was kind of meh. Like, if I remember correctly, I know Corey, you liked it. Nate, I believe you liked it as well, and Elle, you didn't play it?
No. Stealth isn't really my thing, but I would check it out if you tell me to.
You don't have to be stealthy, though.
Yeah, you do.
So, that's the thing about the game. See, it's a stealth game. I enjoy stealth games, and I try to be as stealthy as possible. The game, all in all, like the story and the characters, I thought was bad. It was just a generic game. The twist, like, you could see it coming a mile away. 6 months down the road, I probably will not remember any of these characters. I'll probably won't remember any of the story. It's just nothing to me.
How dare you?
I know your mileage may vary, and I've heard a lot of people really like this game.
Who's the lead character, Corey? There we go. Just go ahead.
The spoiler. Spoiler, can't tell you.
All right.
Good save. Good save. But yeah, the story is just generic. It's just nothing. I don't get what people loved about the story or the characters. There's literally no way I'm going to remember any of their names 6 months from now.
So needless to say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
However, the gameplay though was freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The stealth in the game is very, very good. The level design is very good with and being able to try to, parkour your way around the levels, and you have the different abilities, although honestly I only ever really used the the dark vision, I think it was called, and blink is amazing. It's like a short range teleport if you haven't played. Trying to sneak your way through and try not to be noticed and get through the level is so much fun. I really, really enjoyed that. It's just all the story crap that honestly just kind of dragged it down.
Speaking of, you still have story-related unmissable achievements. You're not done.
Huh?
You're not done.
I'm not?
No. This is the definitive edition. It has 1,640 gamer score. I think there was some DLC that this includes, and I don't think that you've played it. I think it's DLC. Needless to say, you have story-related achievements left to unlock. A few of them.
I literally have an achievement unlocked that says you completed the game.
Yeah, but there's other stuff that they added.
Wait, hold up. Now I'm confused. Is this like a Red Dead Redemption kind of a thing where, like... No, I saw credits.
I think they added content, and in the definitive edition, it's already there, and it's probably in a menu that you missed or something, is my guess. All right, you're going to make me download this whole thing just to see what it is.
Okay, I guess I'll download it if I have.
All right, so...
Actually, I don't think I've uninstalled it.
Does this mean that you're not even going to try the second one or the spin-off?
So, I enjoyed this game enough. I think I'm going to give the second one a try. I'm at least going to give it a try. I know the main character of the second one. I've listened to enough video game podcasts that that's been said. So I kind of think I have an idea of where it's going to go. But yeah, I enjoyed the gameplay enough to at least want to warrant a try at the second one.
You know what?
And like I said, there's no way I'm going to complete these games. No way.
Yeah. You don't play them to complete them, and then you're just going to hate yourself. Let's do this. October's booked. November, me and you, let's do Dishonored 2. I have not done it.
You haven't played it at all? Okay. Yeah, November we'll play it. Someone's going to have to remind us. There's no way I'm going to remember it.
Oh, well. I'm sure you'll talk about Dishonored for the next 4 weeks, so it'll be on our minds.
No.
It's on xCloud, so I'm opening it now.
Oh. See, this is why we have Koosh here. He's the smart one.
Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot about xCloud. But yeah, and I really enjoyed... I really like the idea that the more you kill, the harder the game, in a way, gets because of the... I think they were called stalkers, the zombie people that were infected. Whatever the infected term was, I forget it already. Like, the more you killed, it created more chaos in the game, and the more chaos made them stronger, and I think it also started to give them more abilities, or at least I assume. I was always in high chaos. There was not a chance I was completing this game in low chaos.
Oh yeah, like once one person spots you, it's like, okay, everybody has to die now.
Yes, exactly. I try to go as far as possible and do as much as I can without being seen. But as soon as someone rings that bell, everybody has to die.
So from the main menu, and Saucy's actually inviting me to join the party. So from the main menu, if you go to downloadable content, you can see the Dunwall City Trials, the Knife of Dunwall, and the Bridgemore Witches. So hopefully none of that's
Yes.
a spoiler. It's just the titles. But you can get to these 3 pieces
Not
of content from the main menu, and I'm guessing 2 of them are story-based. But,
Yeah, play those, bud.
Yeah.
There's achievements.
It's on xCloud, so you don't even have to download it.
All right, I guess I'll try that.
So there you go. That's what you can talk about next week. But could you imagine
Maybe.
going through the entire game without killing anybody? Crazy.
So when it got to the point, for the most part, yes. But then once it kind of got to that twist and you started to face the enemies that also had the special power, spoilers, I guess, whatever. At that point, I went, I don't know how you're supposed to do this without killing. There's some, and also the last level, it got to the point where I could not figure out where to go, and I got tired of being stealthy. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm just going one-man army, and I would just run out into the open, shoot someone with the pistol, and then just stab them while they're down to get the insta-kills, because I could not figure out where to go, and I couldn't continue being stealthy. Yeah, Dishonored, I mean, it is a pretty good game. It's a solid, 2.5, 3 stars. Wow, TA has a 4.3 stars, so I know I'm in the minority on this one. Yeah, I think
we may have to discuss how stars work.
You're a dishonorable mention.
Might be next week's question. How does a 5-star rating system work? Is 2.5, 3 a good game?
There's
we're not going to discuss that.
5 is good. Anything Awu plays is a 0.5. And then everything else is just in the middle.
It's not completely wrong. All right, well, let's get on to our final game. Corey, what game have you been playing?
All right. So I've been playing a game that Koosh talked about back in the summer demo fest. I think he might have streamed it too. It's coming out. It will be out by the time you hear this, but it's not out right now. And it's called A Juggler's Tale. Now, this is labeled as a 3D side scroller action adventure, I guess. It's really, to me, it's like 2.5D. It's like a 3D, like they are 3D, but you don't really navigate the space like that. Regardless, though, it's a left to right adventure game. So, and it has puzzle elements. So think Limbo or Little Nightmares. It's kind of like that. The whole game takes place in a medieval puppet theater. And the sounds, the environment, the voice work that you hear, all of that matches that aesthetic. Really like the voice work, actually. And the story is short. You can probably get through the game, I guess, in 2 to 3 hours, depending on how fast you solve some of these puzzles. I think I played it probably like 4 hours total to get all of the achievements, which I'm guessing at what the achievements are. There's only one website that displays them right now. It's Exophase. There's no list on TA. The list is embargoed, so even on Xbox I can't see it. They pop, but I can't review them. So I think I have the first completion. We'll see once the list rolls into TA. But to play the game and do all the miscellaneous achievements, I think took me about 4 hours. Completely blind because it's a brand new game. There's no videos out there yet. I imagine it will probably be like a 2-hour game or shorter once you have all those people who make guides out there. So throughout the experience, I never really struggled on a puzzle. Not for too long, at least. And like there was one that I accidentally brute forced my way into, so I don't know how long I would have struggled. But you had to do something on like the left side of the screen, and I wasn't kind of catching that in the few minutes I was at that section. And you had to get past this guy who was kind of guarding this one little part. And I got past him enough, but he still caught me, and it triggered me back at a checkpoint that was right after that. So like it put me in something that I was not in, and I just made it. So other than that, the puzzles were pretty easy. I would actually recommend, if you play this game, which I have no indications that it's going to be on Game Pass, or I don't even know how much it's going to cost at this point. But if you could pick it up for, a decent amount, then I definitely would recommend it. So watch out for that when sales come up. And then I definitely recommend going in blind if you have problems, maybe look up a guide to see, like, get past that little part and then get off of it. If you want to come back to it, there's chapter select, and you can go back and cherry pick the achievements that you want. So it's absolutely no missables in the game. So there you go. What else? The narrator, the voice work, I said that was part of my favorite pieces of the game. He told the story that was kind of going on as you pass through the environments, but sometimes, you know, you're doing stuff that you're not supposed to do, and kind of, you know, the quote unquote death happens, and you're you know, put back at a reset point, and the narrator will talk about what you did, kind of like Bastion, I think, does that. Never played Bastion, but I think that's what he does. Well, maybe I'll play the remake.
Yeah, come on. Good game.
So
do not have played Bastion.
There's a little bit of that in the voice work. Really like that. And then, yeah, that's it. That it's a good game, Limbo-esque. If you're an ego and you don't like spiders, there's a short bit with a spider, but other than that, I don't think it will wake up any phobias or anything like that. Just a fun little cute game.
All right.
I guess one thing I didn't mention, which I think Koosh did probably when he played it, but I said it takes place in a puppet theater. You are this doll, this like marionette doll, and you have strings, obviously, because somebody's telling your story. Those strings play a part into the puzzles because obviously they'll get in the way and things will stop you, and you got to figure out how to get past them. So it's pretty cool.
Now, can you pet the dog?
There is no dog.
Oh, so it's a different type of tail then.
Yes.
Oh, all right. I was hoping for a puppy tail.
Nope. No pups.
All right. Well, let's get into some sales.
Oh, wait, there is a dog. I don't think you can pet him,
pet
though,
him?
no.
I'll report back next week.
You can play with him.
Yeah, Koosh,
next week when I get a chance to play it, I will report back.
You take notes.
These hard-hitting issues such as, can I pet the good boy?
Can I pet the dog? Colorful. And was the
is
story...
there a Vayner?
Was the story... Oh, yes, there a double jump. And you let us know if the story was any good, because...
Story was excellent.
We don't trust you.
I know. Right. and right now, I'm just saying we would be like going towards the 5th hot wing. That's just where my head is. So continue.
Oh, do we spend the $300?
No.
All right. Continue.
Plus $300 for 4 sets of hot sauces or plane tickets, or
we can just do 3 sets, and Elle can just use mayonnaise on all 10 of his wings.
Think of all the Taco Bell you can get for $300. Just don't do
mayonnaise on wings. No.
You could just put
but
put some sriracha
the
on
last
it.
dab doesn't come with it.
Put some sriracha
some
on it.
Dukes,
That's spicy
some
enough.
Dukes.
And some Dukes. That sounds delicious, actually, the two of them together. Spicy mayo.
Not on a chicken wing. That sounds awful. What is wrong with
Sriracha
you?
and mayo? It'd be delicious. On
It
anything.
doesn't sound that bad.
And not on a chicken wing.
And you put it on that. You put it on beans. You put it on bananas. You put
I've
it
had
on whatever you want.
Nothing.
I don't know if it was mayonnaise, but it was some
On your
sriracha
Sushi,
creamy sauce.
ice cream, just whatever.
What is wrong with you?
It's past my bedtime.
All right. It's time for sales. Let's get going into some sales. Elle, Nate, and I. Oh, wait. No. Elle, Corey, and I. We have no sales for you this week. It was kind of poop. But as always, Nate has a plenty for you.
Because I love poop. So
All right,
isolate
hold on.
that.
Let me write down the name of the podcast.
no, oh gosh, video off.
Whoa.
So let's talk about some sales that aren't poop. Contra Rogue Corpse. So if you are familiar, or Core, as most people pronounce that, if you are familiar with Contra, then you might want to check out this game. It's $8 down from $40, so there's a huge savings here. This is very much Contra, but in a kind of 3D moving around twin stick shooter on rails action take on Contra, which was a, in its own way, it was a kind of a shooter where you would move left to right, and sometimes you would be moving up with jumps, and So this is pretty cool. I watched some video of it, and I'm very excited. I love Contra, the original, and so there's no nostalgia buy here that I already purchased this. So you should check it out. The music has received an update. So take that classic Contra first level song, and then just like add some of today's wizardry, or maybe 5-10 years ago wizardry. This game's a little bit old. And it bangs, man. It's a great song. So I was really into the music. So El, you might like the music. Next game, Momonga Pinball Adventures. This is just fun. It's a super cute, fun game. It's $197, down from $6. It's labeled as adventure and pinball, and it is it's fun. It's not just straight pinball. You are like bouncing this little. He's kind of like a ferret creature around. He can be a ball, and you're just kind of bouncing him off of things and trying to get through the level. There are boss fights. There are puzzles that you have to solve. You have to hit certain things multiple times. You have to collect stars. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. And $2, great price. Tetragon, $7.50. Down from. Go ahead.
I just want to say a quick note about Momonga. I think there was the game wasn't easy to complete, but you could like delete your progress, but the tracker would still.
There's a cloud save trick.
The tracker would still go. Yeah, for doing the.
It's also grindy. You have to play 500 levels.
Wasn't that bad, from what I remember. Sorry, Nate.
But it's $2. It's fun. I like the game. I don't have to get the completion.
No, it's good.
But I probably will. Tetragon, $7.50, down from $15. This is a puzzle game. It's got 50 starters. And for some reason, I have 50 completions written down. That's not right. It's got 50 starters, and I don't think that's 50 completions. Yeah, 5 completions. That sounds.
I was going to say that's easy.
Yeah, it's not that kind of puzzler. It looks like it's one of these puzzles where you're just kind of moving the board around. So you're kind of just you're rotating the screen, and that causes things to happen on the screen, things to fall, things to move, things to shift. Looks interesting. Next up, we have Colossus Down. Now, I'm not really into this series, but maybe you are. Developers Mango Protocol, they are the people that did Agatha Knife and Mechanica. And I believe that all of those games, including this one, share common characters and possibly even storylines.
I think Mechanica is even on the little cover art.
Yes, I think she's the one that's driving this robot. This is a beat 'em up shoot 'em up combo of the two. It's $9.89, down from $18. And if you're into that series, I know some people are. They're really into the graphic style and just kind of the other games. I know people have said that they really like Agatha Knife. Maybe check it out. And then the last game I want to talk about, also very nostalgia driven, Unmetal. It's not at a great price. It's $16, down from $20. So maybe you want to add a price tracker on this one. It's stealth. This Unmetal game is basically Metal Gear Solid on Nintendo. It looks great. Like, they've done a great job of applying graphics filters to make it look like an updated, shiny version of that NES classic.
Yeah, it looks like it comes out on the 1st of October, so that's probably an introductory sale there.
Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend it at that price. I know nothing about the gameplay. It just really looks like Metal Gear.
If nostalgia drives your purchases, check out Unmetal.
Yeah. Throw a watch on that and see what happens.
There's a Princess Bride reference in the achievements. I won't tell you which one. Okay, fine. I will, as you wish. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, we did not get podcasted completely. We have the Games of Gold for October that has been released. Available October 1st to the 31st is Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
October 16th to November 15th is Hover.
Mm-hmm.
They're the Xbox One games. On the 360 side, available October 1st to the 15th is Castlevania Harmony of Despair. And available October 16th to the 31st is Resident Evil Code Veronica X.
Now, do you know anything about any of those, Fufu?
Castlevania is an old game that Elle's going to yell at everybody to play. Resident Evil was an old scary game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hover is about hover
Uh-huh.
ships. And Arrow features a guy named Oliver Queen.
So Hover
Wow.
reminds me of Jet Set Radio. So if that...
Yes, I have not looked those
It's
up.
a
But
futuristic 3D open world. I've had it for a while. I think I won a code, but I've never played it. So yeah, that's fun. Arrow.
Jet Set Radio. That sounds.
Let me
interesting.
recommend Arrow to you. It is a rhythm game, but you're flying a ship and shooting. A lot of people say it's one of the best rhythm games out there, and I bought it. It has some really cool music to it. Definitely don't pass up starting that.
Okay. Yeah, Arrow and Hover, I knew absolutely nothing about, and I didn't look them up. So
I think that you would, because you like music games, right?
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then you.
More on that in a minute.
I can't see why you would not like Arrow. Off the bat
Okay.
from level 1.
I will check that out. 2 days, I think.
The second most common achievement is failing a track.
Yeah, they don't just give it to you. That was my third achievement.
Oh, aren't you good?
And also, this Castlevania is not a Vayner, a true Vayner, I guess. But apparently, a 6-player co-op. Did not know that.
Wait.
I was going to tell you all
That's
about
what
this
the
game.
description says. Please do.
It's a 6-player co-op.
Thank you.
That's all there is.
It's
Well, good night, everybody.
It's a weird game. So you definitely want to have 6 people. You're going through like basically a maze, and you're killing the enemies, and you're just going through to try to get to the exit. So it's
This is
almost
weird.
it's almost like Gauntlet in a way, but it plays like Castlevania. Yeah, it is weird, but it's a lot of fun. I played this.
I could see this being fun. Yeah.
I played this 2011 it came out, and I completed in 2015. There is a grind to destroy 10,000 enemies and rack up $1 million in funds, but yeah, and back in the day when you played, the best thing to do is look for randoms, and a lot of the randoms knew exactly what to do, and they would walk you through it. I had no
Interesting.
idea this was backwards compatible. This is a cool one. It was a fun game. And I remember even buying some DLC for it, some cosmetic DLC, because you could buy skins to play as the old school Simon Belmont and have the old levels.
It might just be me, but this feels like one of the best months we've had in a while.
And Resident Evil Code Veronica, I played back on the Dreamcast. I have not played it since and really don't remember, but I remember liking it back then. I don't recall. I assume they took away the tank controls, so you don't have to use that anymore, but I don't know. Maybe not.
I
Would
doubt
anyone know?
it.
No? On the 360? I don't know.
It got really good review scores. I have not played it. It got a 9.5 out of 10 from GameSpot, 94 on Metacritic. I did see it.
I remember really liking
Follett
it.
mentioned he can't imagine that this holds up well at all.
It's an old game.
But I guess we have it now. It came out in 2011, the
got
HD
12.
version on 360.
12 achievements.
When it was an arcade game, I believe.
It's 1,000 gamer score.
That's weird. It was an
What is
arcade. I could have sworn it was
Well,
an
it's like
arcade
Wakamelee, right? That had 1,000 gamer score, and it was an arcade
Weird.
game.
I think it was. But $20?
Speaking of the achievements, Arrow, the base game has 65 achievements, and then there's 3 DLC packs that have another 26.
Oh,
So
great.
1,700 total gamer score if you got the DLC.
Yeah, so the complete edition is only $15. It goes on sale often. So this is actually a really great taster if you like the game. I think, like Koosh said, easy to dive. You will get it on your first song, whether you win or lose. So I guess keep that in mind, but that's silly to not play a game for completion, so it's a good game. It's got 4.22 stars, if that means anything to you.
Yeah, I was just about to say it. A lot of people seem to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like it'd be a really good month.
One thing to note, though, the game Hover has an unlock all achievements achievement that apparently is
Gross.
buggy. It looks like only 1 or 2 people.
Hover looks cool.
Quick Don't Die got it in our community, and he says he really doesn't know how. 1 or 2 people got it? No, that's terrible.
2 people have it, one of which we know, and he doesn't know how he got it.
Yeah,
Great.
he basically said he'll...
Probably unlocking them all.
No, I don't... Oh, Yeah, there's some comments in there from 2019. Right. Maybe we need Vudix to work some magic. Yeah, so Code Veronica originally came out in 2000.
I did not know that was that old. Wow.
See, nostalgia.
See, that's actually retro. All right, let's get into some Game Pass. We did get podcasts on that. I'm sure there'll be some drops in the morning. But what we do know, Lemniscate, which I totally forgot that was being added this week, that's now available. Dandy Ace is available. And Marvel's Avengers. Thanks for buying that, Corey.
I have words. So, yeah, Marvel Avengers is coming.
Curse words?
So, it will be out. When does this podcast come out? On the 30th?
The 30th.
All right. So,
yeah,
the
all
day
these are
that this
available
comes
when this
out,
drops.
Marvel Avengers will be available. Let me tell you now, co-op online play, it has been glitchy for me, Prue, J Black, and Kronos. It's become to the point where it was unplayable, and we've stopped playing it. That said,
wow.
I enjoyed the single player enough to kind of mainline it. I didn't do every side mission because it was kind of a repeat, but I did really enjoy the final mission. So if you just wanted to play it, just to experience it, there you go. And all the co-op glitchiness that I've talked about, somebody today said, I just suggest playing everything on super easy by yourself, which that's not really what the game was meant for. Like, we started as a group to finish it as a group, and it unfortunately has not worked out. So buyer beware on Marvel's Avengers. If you play it in the first week that it's out, there's some kind of 4 times XP multiplier that will help with some achievements. So if you're looking to grind it out, that's the time to do it. Also, Dandy Ace is, I guess, out now that you're hearing this, and I've been playing it for a few days. It's basically Hades with magic, like cards and magician stuff.
Oh.
I thought for sure you were going to save that for next year.
Well, I
it's still
picked up a
around.
review copy. What are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
I guess you're going to review it.
Yep, I will be reviewing it.
Hades with magic. Okay, you have
Not fantasy magic, magician card trick magic.
Was this your card?
You were
Yeah,
looking.
I can dive into it maybe next week if I'm still playing.
Okay. Well, with that, let's get to coming real soon. L, you have the first game.
I do. All right.
You do?
I do. Well, is anybody sick? Because if you are, I got you a remedy.
That was awful.
Damn right. Alan
This
Wake
entire
remastered.
show is about nostalgia, apparently.
Yes.
It really was. This is a very good question to have on the show.
Alan Wake Remastered comes out on Tuesday, October 5th. It has the DLC from the 360 version in it, and it basically improves upon the graphics. I was looking at a FAQ, which for all you young people stands for Frequently Asked Questions. And it basically talks about what improvements there are, and it's all graphics related. I did see something funny, though. One of the fact questions was, does it have the same achievements / trophies as the original? And then the answer was yes. And then the next question is, do I really have to pick up 100 thermoses for an achievement/trophy? And the answer is yes. So they actually kind of poked fun at themselves for that achievement in their official FAQ.
That's fun.
Yes, that is well known as being an awful achievement because the thermoses add 0 to the game. They're there just for an achievement only. My thoughts on Alan Wake, it came out in 2010. I got to it a few years later. I thought the gameplay was but it had a really good story and really good ambiance. And of course, it had the license for Energizer batteries. So that was a thing. But I am curious to see how they gussy this up and pretty it up, and I would check it out when it goes to like $10 or something down the line.
Yeah, it's launching at 30. It does have 1,500 gamer scores. So I think was that DLC.
Yes, the writer and the signal, which
yeah, so that's obviously included.
Yes, it's a good package.
Seems
for
like the perfect.
Played it. Mm-hmm.
It seems like the perfect Game Pass candidate to me.
Right.
I don't know why. I feel like I got
it's
the
odd
first
that it's
one
not
for
going to be
free.
Game Pass.
Let us
give
hope.
it away.
Wait, it's Alan Wake not Game Pass? Isn't that?
I think it was at some point.
They took it off the store at one point. Something to do with the music, I think. So I don't know. I don't think it's been Game Pass, no.
Oh. I don't think it's something else.
No, it definitely
What was
was
the other
Game
question?
Pass.
Oh.
The original left in May of this year.
Like, I thought
Okay,
it did.
okay,
I thought it was
okay.
Game Pass. Yeah, because I don't know it. I remember having it downloaded.
Microsoft
at one
needs to
point.
buy
They were,
Remedy.
they were giving away the DLC at one point. That's what I was trying to get out. For the
I'm
360
pretty
version.
sure Epic bought Remedy.
Well, they
I
need
could
to
be
buy
wrong.
Epic.
I'll buy
I wonder
Epic.
if they could do that. I wonder how much is Epic for.
All right,
worth.
Fufu, you're up next.
Okay, so the game I want to talk about, I got really, really excited when I saw this, and then I realized it wasn't the game that I thought it was. But I'm still excited for this. I didn't know that this game was coming. So much. The game I am looking forward to is Bullets Per Minute. I'll just read a little blurb that they give you. BPM is a rhythm action FPS roguelike where you must shoot, jump, and dodge to the beat of an epic rock soundtrack. So imagine Doom,
Just like
but Rock Band.
What?
It's a cross between Doom and Rock Band. You have hordes of it looks like you're in hell. You have hordes of demons that you have to sit there and shoot and kill, but you do it to the beat of the rock soundtrack. So whenever like they hit the snare, you fire your gun. If they start doing a blast beat, you shoot the machine gun or whatever. The game looks awesome. It looks really good. It has ripping solos, great music in it. I'm very much looking forward to this. On Steam, it's $20. If this is on TA, I probably should have looked. I just kind of assumed.
It is.
Thank you.
They don't have the price yet. They don't have a link to the store.
Okay.
But we do have the list.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very hard game.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be a hard game. The game I was actually looking forward to is Metal Hellslinger, which has Matt Heafy in it of Trivium. That was the game I was really looking forward to, which is basically the same thing. But it looks like there's a couple of games in this style that are coming out, and they look awesome.
Yeah, like Crypt of the
You're
Necrodancer.
fighting the... A what?
It's the Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, but with rock music.
Yeah. And guns.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Amazing music, lots of guns, fighting in the hordes of hell. What more can you ask for? All right, Corey.
Oh.
Let's talk about your game, and more likely now I'm going to wind up jumping in.
So, speaking of nostalgia, we have Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Now, this probably means
I'm so excited.
not very much to Ell or Koosh, but probably means a lot to Fufu and I. So this is basically Super Smash Brothers with Nickelodeon properties, and here we go. There's a lot of different characters, and they've slowly been like announcing a couple more, and then they still say more to come. So I don't know if that's going to be DLC or a title update for free, but there is a good array of characters. A lot of them have their own specialized levels that you can play in. Every character, they say, operates differently on their play styles, and you can also play this with up to 4 people, local or online, so that's cool.
Yes.
So now the important part is who they included in the game, and you have SpongeBob franchise, so you got SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy Cheeks. You got only 2 out of 4 Ninja Turtles, Leonardo and Michelangelo. And April O'Neil's there. You got Ren and Stimpy, Nigel Thornberry. A couple that I, don't get. Invader Zim, not really my thing. This Loud House dude. You got an All Real Monsters in there. Reptar, Captain Toastman, and then probably Fufu's favorite, Danny Phantom.
Yes. Oh my god.
And my personal favorite and main will be Cat Dog. Love Cat Dog.
Fogs.
My avatar comes from Invader Zim.
The moose?
Does it really?
Yeah, the moose. He's in an episode of Invader Zim.
Wow.
I did not know that. I never watched Invaders though.
Corey.
That was the one that the kids at Hot Topic, that's what they watched. And I was just like, it's not me.
Hey.
See, some of these shows I wasn't allowed to watch growing up.
Oh, censored content.
Cat Dog I wasn't allowed to watch. My dad said it would rot my brain. I don't think he was exactly wrong on that.
Oh, come on.
He said the same thing about SpongeBob, but now that I watched SpongeBob, and once again, right. I don't think he was wrong. he was right on that. But yeah, Danny Phantom, absolutely, that's going to be my main. That is top 5, if not top 3 favorite cartoons of all time. I absolutely love that show. Reptar, that's an amazing ad.
Yeah, it looks good. It's like this 3D art style.
Yeah.
The real question will be how it plays, and then I guess importantly, you can only do solo so much if there's an online presence. But my guess is it's probably going to be like a $40 game. If it's anything more than that, it's highway robbery, and it'll be your mediocre Smash clone, I'm sure.
Hey, Corey.
That's my name.
Did you notice anything about the pictures of the Ninja Turtles that you have here?
They're like old school turtles.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Venus.
It's not the new one. It's the old school turtles. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the new ones were in that Nickelodeon kart racer game.
The Rise.
I don't care for those turtles.
So bad.
The new ones, as in like the CGI or like the anime-ish ones?
The
rise of the turtles, right?
I think that's the most recent variation of the turtles, right?
It beats me.
I don't know. I don't watch TV anymore, and I don't have Paramount Plus, so I can't keep up with this, unfortunately. Yeah, this game looks awesome. I know I have a couple of friends that have also said that they're going to get it, so I'm for sure jumping on this bandwagon.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. Yes, nostalgia again.
Yeah.
All right. And Nate.
Okay, yeah.
What do you got?
I could see getting into that All-Star Brawl. I might check that out. What do I have?
See, real quick, this might actually be a pretty good stream game for us.
Well, we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, spend $300 and get us all this game.
I'm getting you a new controller.
I'm spending $300 on stuff for all of us. I'm making you do the last dab.
I'm going to need a new controller, a new keyboard, and a new mouse for when we do that, because
and a Halo console
can get messy. Yeah. So my game that I'm interested in has nothing to do with nostalgia, unless you really like fishing. It's Moonglow Bay. So this is a relaxing slice of life fishing RPG driven by an emotional story and diverse characters in a rich and dynamic world. We've seen a little bit about this from some of the indie showcases.
It was like 4 hours long.
Yeah, but it wasn't quite that long of Moonglow Bay. But learn to cast nets, set traps, and fish through ice, documenting over 100 varied aquatic species while uncovering the secrets of Moonglow Bay. It isn't just about fishing. If you watch the trailer, it has a really kind of interesting kind of twist as you're watching the trailer. It seems like there is going to be a story behind this, which is very interesting. It has local drop-in, drop-out co-op, so I'm sorry, no online multiplayer, but you will be able to enjoy this with your kids or your significant other. And then the burning question that everyone always wants to know, can you pet the dog? Yes. Waffles will be absolutely delighted when you do. So awesome. And this is
well, you have to play it now.
And it's a Game Pass day one, so you won't even have to wait. As soon as it's available, if you have Game Pass, you are in. I'm interested in this. I wouldn't say I'm like through the roof, like excited about it, but I'm definitely gonna try it.
Yeah, this is that.
I completely agree with you.
This is that voxel game they showcased over summer.
Yes, published by CoatSync.
Mm-hmm.
And we like some of their games, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it out.
See, I'm so interested in it because of that twist, but I hate that art style.
See, you're not nostalgic, man. You can't appreciate the art. So we would be remiss to say that other big titles are coming out this coming soon week. Super Monkey Ball has a new game. Far Cry 6. So big games are starting to drop each and every week now, probably through the holiday season. And then we know Gray Shark asked for it. Probably the only one. 2 games are getting major sequels. Bouncy Bullets 2
you better not.
and Lord of the Click 2.
Heck yes.
Why the hell is Bouncy Bullets 2 getting a new game?
Because
it's colorful.
About 400 achievement hunters will pay $5 for it.
That's about right.
It probably took them.
That was one of the worst Ratalaika
That's
games.
just going to launch with 1,000, or are they going to announce that a week later will be 2,000? Like, do we have any plans for the roadmap?
This is a Ratalaika. This isn't Zelda.
Well, but I can still see them doing it.
God, I hate Bouncy Bullets. That was like the worst Ratalaika game. I don't know how anybody liked that game. All right, let's get into contests. Gamertag Challenge, Nate.
Gamertag Challenge this month is the Alpha Seagull with wildcard game Dragon Quest XIS and the bonus Stacks on Stacks achievements from games that have stacks. And if you want to know what the rules are for that, go check out the channel, go check out the sheet. We will be picking our new patron next month, and we'll certainly not be hinting about it in the channel prior to next month.
All
right. And Corey, you want to give us a rundown on the October VCCW?
Yes, just in case Chewy doesn't make the show this week. October is starting, and so the VCC Community Challenge for October is scary games. And so you just want to play as much scary games as you can. And as an aside, there is something happening in Discord, a special secret contest. Be sure to react and opt into the VCCW channel, and it's going to be a lot of fun over there. As an aside, I am offering a side contest that does count in as scary games, similar to Koosh's June Raider. I want to do BioShocktober. I've never played these games. I'm going to in October, and you can join me. And there will be prizes, so.
Are you playing all of them?
I plan on playing 1, 2, and 3, yes. No stacks or anything like that. No boosting. Not even getting 100%, on the games. I just want to get through the story on every single one of them.
That would be awesome.
You know what? I've never played through the series either. I doubt I'll be able to get through all 3, but I'll at least join you for the first one.
There you go. It should be
let's do it.
Fairly easy to get through one a week, I would imagine.
If you don't do anything else, sure.
Right.
What are these, like 8-hour games? If I'm just like blasting through the
No.
story at most.
Are they that
No.
short?
I don't know.
I thought they were like 15, 20 each.
I'm optimistic here. I'm playing the Xbox One remasters.
Yeah, I actually own the remasters, but I've never played
I
them.
bought them like 3-4 years ago on sale. Never played them.
Brooke bought them for me for my birthday when they came out.
Well, now's the
Never
time.
played it.
That hurts a little more.
Well, she also bought me Skyrim remastered at the same time, and that took priority.
Yeah. BioShock
But-
Remastered
Yeah.
has a 15 to 20
You're
hour
not
completion,
into you're not into nostalgia.
but
at
I'm
all.
not going for the completions.
Okay, so yeah. I'll at least join you for the first one. I'll try to do as much as I can, but yeah, that sounds cool. Brad can't. Take it away, Corey.
All right, time for the braggadocious comments this week. Completions, as always. Starting off, we have Quick Don't Die has passed 350 completed games. Dunkos has passed 400 completed games. A Gray Shark and Dude with the Face, both at 450 completions. Inferno 118 had a ton of completions, and he surpassed the 1,000 completed games milestone. Redemption Denied, who is the runner-up to first place here in gamer score, is tied for his completed games with Lucas 1987. Both have 2,300 completions, which means Smirnoff only has a cool 700 more.
In ratio, Sweeney has reached a new milestone with a TA ratio of 1.8. In streaks, Seamus
Don't do it.
McLimey
Oh. Go ahead.
okay, is currently on a 5-year achievement win streak. In the non-year people, we have Neon Prime with 50 days. We have Vulgar Latin with 50 days. We have Ace with 150. Chesno with 150. Cerebral Assassin with 250. Philip Wendell with 500. Wakapeil with 2,900. And Blue Thunder 7398 is currently on a 3,050-day achievement win streak.
In gamer score, well, starting off a little at the low end, AS Unknown 1 has hit 25,000 gamer score, along with Survivalist. Crunchy Goblin 68 has hit 200,000 gamer score. Ace 600,000 gamer score. Matthew 00 600,000 gamer score. A Gray Shark 700,000 gamer score. Inferno 118 and Ingio Montoya 1.35 million gamer score. And Redemption Denied, almost at that 3 million, but he's at 2.85 million gamer score.
Yeah. In leaderboards, I will go backwards for fun. X Neo 21X is in the top 1,000 of the USA Gamerscore leaderboard for Stealth. Survivalist, our friend, has been on about 26 milestones per week because he has a new tag. But they've kind of been on the high range, so I'm going to read a good one that he just got. He's in the top 1,000 of the completed games leaderboard for Survival. That was quick. That's what she said. Retro Chief 1969 is now in the top 50 of the Gamerscore and TA leaderboards for point and click, and top 20 in USA Gamerscore leaderboard for point and click. I saw him say the other day he's getting a little sick of those, but he's still pounding away at them. I'd love to know which ones are your favorites, Retro. Maybe we'll have to get Big Ell on the show. Planting 42 is now in the top 10 of the TA leaderboard for equestrian sports. That is quite the feat. Magical...
That's the thing?
Yeah, horsies. Magical Mars is now in the top 50 of the Mexico TA ratio leaderboard. KTE is now in the top 100 of the TA leaderboard for survival. A redirect is now in the top 100 of the There you go. Is now in the top 100 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for turn-based, and in the top 20 of the Europe Gamerscore leaderboard for role-playing plus turn-based. And last but not least, Alex R. Davies is now in the top 10. You heard me, 10 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Metroidvanias. And in the Brag Camp, Alpha Seagull just completed the Mass Effect trilogy. Nicely done, my friend.
Good completion.
Is that song really the mnemonic I'm going to use to remember how to say his name?
I was just thinking that same thing.
I don't even know. I say it wrong too, he says.
In the server, the mighty server, Rocker reigns supreme.
Doubt.
Hey, Skeptical Mario, get to work on that one.
Oh.
All right.
Oh my god, my voice cracked.
Yeah, you ought to hear it on this end. That was bad. All right. That will do it for us tonight. Or now, whenever it is that you're listening to us. Be sure to keep listening to the extra segments that we got after this. And as always, be sure to follow and sub to us on Twitch, twitch.tv/AH101. You can get in contact with us, sending us a Twitter tweet on the Twitter at Achievements101. You could join the Discord, get in that super secret VCCCW thing, discord.io/AH101. Be sure to sub to us on YouTube, youtube.com/achievementhunting101. And lastly, patreon.com/achievementhunting101. If you can help us out, we greatly appreciate it. You keep the contest rolling.
Keep rolling,
But with
rolling,
that,
rolling. What?
Class is dismissed. See y'all next week.
Bye-bye.
Wait a minute.
Bye-bye.
What's next week?
Oh, shoot. It is the end of the month. Next week's a live show.
Hype.
So get ready for that.
Yeah.
Corey will be eating something weird again.
If I'm here. No. Never agreed to that.
Yes, you did.
Well, then I'm definitely not going to be here.
Corey, Jeremiah, Lyle, I don't care if you're not around, you need to go on Zoom call and be with us. I don't hear any excuses.
Yeah, you could eat something weird on the road.
Just film it somewhere.
Yeah.
For the kids.
We're doing it live.
I think we'll just review a bunch of games next week. That's what we're going to do. Stream some games.
Yeah, that's what
Great
we'll do, because
idea.
we've had a great track record of streaming games.
Yeah. We'll do some Paugy.
All right.
That'll be fun.
All right. Now we're actually out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
1 in 3 children in the United States are overweight or obese. The good news? It can be prevented. Get active outside, limit screen time, make healthy meals. It starts with you. Eat healthy and get active.
Who wants toast?
Fall has arrived. September kicked off some cooler temperatures, but it also kicked off something much bigger, much bigger and rounder. That's right. It is Childhood Obesity Awareness Month. All the little children in the U.S., put your fat little hands in the air and wave them like you just ran out of air because you're out of shape. Regardless, this segment is dedicated to those little tubs of grease, and it just happens to be the longest running annual segment on AH101. It's time for the 4th annual Childhood Obesity Achievements List. But first, some pleasantries. Joining me today is a man who's looking for a 6-fingered carb who killed his father. His name is Inigo Montoya. How's it going, man?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Elroy?
All right. Watch out for those 6-fingered carbs, man.
Cards will kill you. They will. I'm on a mission to find them, though, okay?
Yeah, I hear you. And we are also joined by a man who has been carb loading all day. He comes from a land of starchy potato starches and sugar peddling little green men. He is Noth. What is up, man?
What is up, my dude? Crack him if you got him. Let's go.
Yeah, man. First time I've recorded with you. I'm really excited about this,
dude,
man.
it's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
It's gonna be fun.
Well, so, anyhow, we're basically here to raise awareness about childhood obesity. And there's no better way to raise that awareness than to basically make fun of fat children. But no, this is all in the name of awareness. This is an educational segment. And sure. Now, just for clarity, these are childhood obesity achievements that have come out since October 1st, 2020 on my list. And then there's some blasts from the past and these other lists that you might hear. So yes. So, all right. So
one of them is close to being in that window.
How close?
It's
close.
Now, what's really gonna be funny is if you picked one that has been on a previous iteration of it.
Oh,
Again,
that's gonna be
fourth. This is the fourth annual, showing of this. So there has been literally 15, 20, 15-ish achievements featured on this list in the past. So let's see how you do with this.
Like you said, one of the ones that I have selected it's within the past 14 months.
Oh, okay. Well, that's in the ballpark.
Well, mine is in that same ballpark, but another one of them is from 2011. So,
well, the good thing is that there was fat children back then. So now those fat children are probably, about to
the same age as me.
And now they're fat, not so children.
Hi, it's me. I'm the fat child from 2011. What's up?
You were inspired by this segment, and yes. Oh, so Nico, what blast from the past did you feature for us to kick things off and do it wrong?
Yes, we are going completely against the grain here, but with all due respect, I cannot think of a better way to celebrate child obesity than having two fat kids and a gym teacher discussing it. So I think we've got the perfect panel here
in a wife beater, the gym teacher.
That's right. To raise this awareness for childhood obesity. Okay?
To be fair, if I think of a gym teacher, all I think of them is either in a wife beater or a full tracksuit. So
it's what we do. Yeah, it's what we do.
I mean, since we're just picking on stereotypes here, the tracksuit though, isn't that the mafiosos? I mean, it could be a mafioso or a gym teacher. It's one of the two, right?
Oh, it's one of the two. There's no in between. You can't just wear a tracksuit.
No
oh, okay.
Yep. All right. So this is the honorable mention achievement. Okay, this will be a blast from the past, but I honestly, I saw this achievement and I was like, you know what, this pretty much epitomizes childhood obesity and children's lack of self-control, if you will. Which is usually probably the leading cause of obesity. And that would be none other than the swallowed whole achievement in Trials Fusion.
Oh,
swallowed whole. They have no self-control. Just take that donut and just scarf it down and
throw it down the gullet.
Throw it down the gullet and finish it off with a Coke.
like a freaking pelican, man.
That's right. That's exactly how they handle those donuts.
Shake it in. It's like flapping around in their little jaws.
That's right.
The worst thing about that is, as soon as he said pelican, my brain just went, "Yep, pelican just eating an entire child." And I know that's not where my brain should have went, but that's where it went.
So is this
but not a fat one.
Release pelicans? Is this the answer to the problem?
What, just put pelicans into the general vicinity?
Yes, we'll just start throwing pelicans out there to swallow up all the fat kids.
Hey, we may as well try everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if anything, they'd run from the pelicans. I'm sure the pelicans would get quite a reputation in the more successful they are.
I'm going to be honest, Elroy. If I saw a pelican coming towards me, I would run. All right?
Those things are bigger than you think, man. Those things are like...
They're like 6 foot tall when they stand on their legs. They're crazy big.
Yeah, no, it's like a dang little midget ostrich or something. I don't know.
I am so glad that I just got to hear somebody American say, "That's a big dang old ostrich."
or you could use like my favorite line, for child. If you see me running, you might want to start following me.
There's a good reason. You're not out for a stroll.
Yeah, no. There's a good reason I'm running.
Inigo, I just gotta outrun you.
That's true. Just don't be the slowest.
Yep.
That's it.
I tell people that at work all the time. I said, if you see me running, you might want to follow.
What's the achievement for swallowed whole? What's it for doing?
The swallowed whole achievement is for... Hold on. I lost the link to
You
it.
don't even remember what it was for.
Yeah, because
Swallowing something, right?
yeah,
I bet it's for falling in a
I
pit.
thought it was.
We're not going to go
was,
down to the OnlyFans route right now, okay?
Oh
this is
my God,
strictly
Inigo.
for childhood obesity, okay?
I bet it's for jumping into a pit.
Complete the worm food challenge on Gone to Waste. Is that the same one?
That is the one. I was looking for it. I had it pulled up. And
No, the picture really does look like childhood obesity.
Oh, now I gotta look at the picture. Obviously,
It looks like a sandworm.
Yes.
oh, like
consuming
the
everything.
like the Sarlacc.
This could
The-
actually be construed
Like Tremors,
as
the movie.
almost a pelican swallowing a child.
It does.
in that
Y'all
picture,
just
right?
talked about this.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is for real. That is for real. Either a Sarlacc reference or a Tremors reference.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely with that picture.
I like the propulsion of the person into it.
Oh yeah, there's dash lines there. There's dash lines.
There is. It's not just falling straight from the air. I mean, it was thrown. Somebody threw that.
Oh, somebody threw
fat
that little
child
yellow
into
fat child in there. That's
into the sandworm's
yeah.
belly.
They wanted that kid gone. They were like, I want my skinny kids back, and I want you gone.
I mean, they just could have waited a few years, but yeah.
Oh my God, Elroy, are you serious? You can't say that.
Life. Fat children are kind of like a box of chocolates. They say, right? They neither last very long. So
Elroy. You can't. Oh my God. Oh, this is gonna be a fun podcast, boys.
I'll tell you, the editors are going to have a lot of fun with this one.
Oh, this is gonna be a 2-hour podcast. Now we're down to 17 minutes. We hope you enjoy, boys.
I was just gonna say, 35 minutes of recording trimmed to 4.
Yup.
that's it. All right. Well, did you have any other thoughts about these swallowed whole fat children eating? No control?
I'll tell you, they just need to understand portion control. That'll be a good thing moving forward. So let's not swallow those donuts whole, okay? Let's hey, one bite at a time, okay?
One bite at a time. That's not how I eat a donut, Inigo, and don't tell me ever how to eat a donut, alright?
Well, we're adults, okay? We're allowed to do dumb, stupid things,
I'm
okay?
31. I'm not an adult yet.
Well, you're not wrong.
Contrary to what my mom says.
All right. Well, okay. So that was definitely a blast from the past. Trials Fusion, that hot new late 2020 release there.
Yes. This is me being super not reading everything that was handed to me. This is not a reflection of Elroy's job. This is a reflection of my lack of preparedness.
This is.
I mean, if only somebody had sent like a full list of like 20 possible ones that you could choose that he just happened to stumble upon and that he didn't want. Yeah.
All of this, what you're saying is going to make my next choice so much worse.
What choice might that be, Noth?
Hey guys, does anyone remember the Xbox 360?
Yeah. This just came out, right?
Does anybody
the re-release?
Does anybody remember a game that came out literally 12 years ago? Ooh, I went for an achievement in 50 Cent Blood in the Sand.
All right, yeah.
That achievement was Candy Shop. And that was for again, like, I'm gonna be honest here, boys. Me and Inigo didn't really pay attention to what Elroy said in most of his
This is
his guidelines.
What?
No,
I'm so surprised.
I will say this isn't down to Elroy being a bad person who's like telling us what to do. This is down to me and Inigo being really dumb.
Yes, this is exactly what this boils down to.
No, I will say, thankfully, my next achievement after this was in the last year, but that's
fantastic.
just a happy accident at this stage.
Now, I will say one thing. I think I'm on to what Elroy did here. Okay, all right. This is a classic ploy.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to interrupt me when I'm talking about my Candy Shop achievement?
No, but it just dawned on me. I figured out Elroy's evil plan.
Okay? What is that?
So like the moderately good-looking girl that surrounds herself by fat, ugly girls to make herself look better.
Elroy,
I think this is what Elroy did. Elroy said, "You know what? I'm pretty intelligent, but if I surround myself with a couple of dummies, it'll make me look smarter and better."
Oh my god!
Or I could have sent that, like, you know, I mean, we've been planning this since, I think, August.
Whoa! Don't give away secrets, all right? We're going to pretend that this was like 2 days in the making, all right?
Yes.
And finally checked back in on y'all. Check back in on you. Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't agree with any of this. We're going to pretend that this is 24 hours in the making and me and Inigo didn't read correctly, all right? Don't actually give away that we had 2 months to prepare for this.
Yes. So, Candy Shop.
Candy Shop. No,
yeah.
It's a basic achievement, right? So it is literally just for completing the mission in 50 Cent Blood in the Sand. But obviously it's named Candy Shop because it's one of 50 Cent's tunes. I will say this.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about the achievement first before I attach something to it. I have to say 50 Cent Blood in the Sand is quite possibly one of my favorite co-op games I have played in the past 2 generations of consoles. Because it's one of those dumb, fun co-op games. You know.
Now, correct, because I don't have a great history of this game, okay? But I have to ask this. I thought I read somewhere that game was originally designed to be a sequel to something else, and they rebranded it.
It was.
Is there any truth? What was that a sequel to? It was like a major franchise.
It was a major franchise, but from what I remember seeing online, at least this is, again, we're talking 12 years ago, 13 years ago at this situation, it was like they were trying to base stuff off of the SOCOM series and things like that.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what the sequel was meant to be, but they did repurpose the whole thing. But then when 50 Cent got involved or whatever, and it was like, hey, I'm 50 Cent. Let's get my boys from G-Unit in a video game where we fight ISIS, basically, for a diamond skull. How is that not a good premise for a video game?
Isn't this what video games are all about?
Yeah, the dumber you make a video game, the better, you know.
It should be.
I had no idea this game even existed, I'll be honest.
Elroy, 50 Cent.
I am intrigued.
Dude, 50 Cent and G-Unit play a gig in the Middle East, and the guy doesn't have money to pay for the show.
No, that's hence the blood.
And then he's I can't pay you in the G-Unit, so here's a crystal skull instead. Ooh. And then the Iraqi military steal that crystal skull, and now G-Unit have to fight ISIS. And it is
the guns,
quite
guns
possibly the dumbest game I've ever played, and I love it. And I don't care what anybody says, I love it. However, I will attach this to a very fun story that you two won't understand, but other people may. In Ireland, so the achievement's called Candy Shop, right? In Ireland, candy isn't our thing. It's not our jam. It's not what we deal with. Our thing is chocolate and crisps. Sorry, chips.
Oh yeah.
Chocolate
chips, or
we don't deal with candy a lot.
Are those exclusive, or are you talking about chocolate chips, chips that are chocolate flavored?
My god, Elroy, no, chocolate crisps.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thomas report. Let's eat grandma. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
But so over here, and I actually talked to somebody about this in the Discord before as well. Ireland started getting stuff like Oreos and Mountain Dew, and American candies. Nerds and just all that weird stuff that you guys have, right? That we don't have over here. Yeah. Basically, to get through customs, if we buy American sweets over here now, specifically candy mostly, and some of the liquids, it's not so much the chocolates or the chips or the crisps, right? But the candies and the drinks, our government put a big white sticker over the ingredients thing, and it basically says this is toxic.
But it's skull and cross.
I'm not even joking. It literally is that thing, awesome. and we have stuff like that. So you see the real Mountain Dew, a real American Mountain Dew. If we buy that in a store, American candy stores over here, or whatever, right? They have a big white sticker over the top of it, and it basically says, unfit for consumption. It's basically 110% sugar. Your intake's fucked. You know, you can't like that is legitimately what we have over here with our American candies and stuff like that there, and it's insane to me to know that we have sweets and chocolate and crisps and drinks over here that we consider heavily sugar, or like carbs or whatever you want to say. But when we get American stuff imported over here, our government literally has to put like their own thing on it and be like, this is too much.
So y'all's is just as bad, then, is what you're saying.
It's bad, but it's not as bad as your guys that we need to import your stuff and then put our own warning sticker on it. For our.
I got a question. If a child in Ireland was walking around with a Mountain Dew, would we look at them the same way as like Americans now look at people that are smoking cigarettes when they walk down the street?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, is that how you view those people? Like
Reckless.
when they have the Mountain Dew and the Twix candy bar, you're like,
perhaps not the Mountain Dew. And would you like to know a fun story about Mountain Dew in Ireland?
Sure.
We got Mountain Dew introduced over here through whatever that company is, and within a month of the real Mountain Dew being introduced over in Ireland, they took it off the shelves and put a government warning on it, and America had to change the ingredient, basically like the sugar content, and rebrand Mountain Dew to be called Mountain Dew Energy over here. That's how bad you guys have, like, that's how much sugar you guys have in your Mountain Dew that when we got it, within a month our government went, oh no, this is basically poison for our children. What are you doing?
Now, speaking of that, though, Elroy might remember this, because I think we're about a similar age, Elroy, if I remember correctly. But
for sure,
we kind of went through something like that during the 80s, did we not, with, like, Jolt Cola? Like, what, didn't the government kind of view that as, like...
I think that had more to do with the caffeine in it, though.
Yeah, but the government did view it as, like, this stuff's potentially dangerous.
Yeah, they had that.
Like,
yep, I do remember that.
Yeah.
The Jolt. Yeah,
I was a little bit too young to remember the whole story behind it, but I know that there was something to do with it back in the 80s. When Noth is described, our government kind of stepped in a little bit. It was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, but when you go to a store and you get Mountain Dew, you've got Mountain Dew just in your fridges, right? In your 7-Elevens or your...
Oh, you're really tying into my next achievement.
I think there might be some county water supplies that are running it through faucets or in the South.
well, that's the thing, though. Like, that stuff that you have in your shops, your just normal Mountain Dew cans or whatever, that is not allowed to be sold here.
Wow.
It shouldn't be allowed here either, but
yeah.
That's a different story. So, well, how about an achievement that actually followed the guidelines that I laid out for you? All right. So,
wow.
Let's go with,
okay, dude.
Let's go with your number 4, which is number 4. Gulp, gulp, gulp from Paw, Paw, Paw. So, I don't know if that was purposeful, but I assume so. So, this is the achievement Gulp Cubed, which is for drinking 5 potions. Now, for this achievement in Paw Paw Paw, or Paw Cubed, you will get very quickly because this rat don't play around. This is one of those rats that's almost worth 1,500 old gamer score. So it's one of those little, you actually have to try a little bit. And you'll get hit a lot, and you'll need to restore your health. So you just gotta go get one of those, restore your health. And I would talk more about this amazing game. And this game's all about the right to not wear pants. But I talked.
I'm sorry. What?
Yes, the game is about the right to not wear pants. So the hero of this game doesn't want to wear pants, and there's a very oppressive government in place, a fiefdom that is mandating that they wear pants. And
a fiefdom? God damn, Elroy.
Isn't this the whole premise of why we play video games, though, is for the right to not wear pants? I mean...
I know. And,
I'm sorry, I'm just more impressed that somebody from this Discord used the word fiefdom. So...
that's I could pull that one out, but that's what this game's about. The right to not wear pantaloons. There you go. I think that's how you say it in Spanish. But I I talked about this game. See, we're an international podcast here, and I talked all about this this game and all about. I mean, I really deep dived Paw. Big Ell asked me a question about it, and I then talked about for 15 minutes, and I think everyone took a pee break while I was talking.
No, actually, I took notes while you were talking because I had that game on my to-do list, and you were talking about using a character and just doing the
I told you how to beat it. Yeah,
and
I told you how to get it all done real quick. Yeah,
I have those notes. I was listening to that. Okay, I wrote those notes down.
There you go. I throw some little nuggets out there every once in a while. Not the nuggets that these fat little children eat, but I throw some nuggets out there.
Oh, you're in here with two fat little children, all right?
Yeah, he is. 20-piece nugget. Oh, that seems like a serving.
20-piece nugget? Those are rookie numbers, Elroy. Pump them up.
That's how you lose arms, Elroy.
But if you're interested in Paw, I talked about it for a while on, I believe, level 150. So you can go check it out. But I won't rehash the entire what I said on there. So why did I choose this? So as Inigo kind of mentioned, I told you, y'all danced all around this one. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and we got to see the onset of the mindset in our fellow Americans that the smart move was to eat the portion size of a family of 4 for every meal. So that was, the way to go, the natural progressions of things. Let's just eat enough for 4 people, and just nom, 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 nom. And then I think it might have birthed the competitive eating thing. It kind of all happened at once. So the golden child of gluttony appeared, and it relates to what the hero of Paw had to do to get gulp, gulp, gulp. Drink 5 individual potions. Keyword, individual. So what if, gentlemen, you could take those 5 potions and shove them into the same cup? That, my heavyweight listeners, is exactly what 7-Eleven decided to do.
Okay.
And what a better representation of good old school childhood obesity than a big gulp, right? So how about a supersized big gulp, gulp, gulp? So they have those 32 ounces of sugar soaring through your body for, those that are, not cool enough for childhood obesity or diabetes. Let's make it 44. Oh, wait. Let's just make it an easy 50-ounce cup. I haven't been in a 7-Eleven in a while. I mean, hell, they may have a 75-ounce cup by now. They call it the big-ass gulp or something like that. So it's probably still less than $2, though. And for $2 whole, you can get all the carbs your body needs quickly distributed throughout your body. And if you pay with cash, you can stick all those loose change into your piggy banks and pay for your heart surgery down the road with it. So keep drinking your sugar water, you little hogs, and you'll be pawing at your dialysis machines in no time. Gulp, gulp, gulp is your number 4 Chivo. There you go.
I will say this. Very confused about why you guys use ounces. It's very confusing to me.
Why we use what?
How we use what?
Ounces.
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 Oh, did you just make fun of me for the way I pronounce ounces?
I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
What are you talking? How do you say that word?
Ounces? Ounces? I thought you were talking about like people, aunts or something. Aunts and uncles.
Oh my god, I hate this server so much. Ounces. It's got 32 ounces.
Ounces.
Nope, that's too much mouth movement for me, honestly.
Think of bounce. Take off the B. Ounce. Bounce.
But that still doesn't make sense because if I would say like a bounce house, so an ounce house. Yeah. Oh, an ounce house. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
Damn it, never mind.
Yeah. It wasn't like you were paying attention to what I was saying anyway. So there you go. So just like everyone got up and took a bathroom break while I was talking about Paw. Noth's like, that sounds like a great idea.
No, that's not fair. I had to run and pee really quickly. This isn't a video podcast, so nobody knows, but while he was talking at the end of there, I had to run to the toilet really quickly.
I'm sitting there talking about 75-ounce big-ass gulps, and you aren't even there to listen
75
to it.
ounce. Do you know what
That's
I
because he
actually
was
want to know?
consuming 75 ounces of White Claws.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking.
That's really funny. Hilarious.
That's it.
75 ounces is 2.2 liters?
I don't even know if that exists. See, you were in the 7-Eleven before I was. I don't know. I was just kind of
okay. If you go to a Subway, what's your biggest drink? What's your biggest drink in a Subway in America? How many ounces?
Probably 40 ounce. I'm thinking.
Why would I go to a Subway? Are you talking about the restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never go to the
1.2 liters. That's way too much, man.
Is that the biggest size drink you can get in a Subway?
40?
What?
I don't know. Like,
Sure,
I've never actually, like, truth be told, if I do go into a Subway, I usually just get, like, because, you know, in the current era of life that we live in, I just get, like, the bottled soda or water.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, 40 ounces, you're right. That's way big.
No way. No. I just did a search. I am seeing that 7-Eleven is known for its relatively large drink sizes and 24-hour accessibility. 7-Eleven offers beverages in sizes as large as 128 ounces.
Holy!
Is that not like an entire? Is that not like a gallon?
No.
Hold on.
That might be about half a gallon, though.
That is 3.8 liters.
They're apparently called team gulps. Team gulp, because the whole freaking team should be
no. That's a
gulp.
family gulp. That is
not in America. It's not.
That's a village gulp.
A village gulp. A village gulp. I will not refer to any American I see drinking anything like that as the village idiot.
Oh my gosh!
Or the village fag.
Imagine.
Okay, or that.
Yeah, the village fag.
Yeah.
We can land on that.
We're gonna go into my achievement now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is in the past year, Inigo. Okay.
And mine was close. Okay.
Well, I mean, mine was not as close. It was 14 years ago, but we'll not talk about that. My achievement is called Sugar Rush, and it's from Goosebumps Dead of Night, which at one stage, I don't know if you guys knew this, for like the first week it was put up, it was classified as a shoot 'em up.
I did not know that.
Did you guys never saw that? No.
No.
A bunch of people voted on it. I don't know if they were memeing it out. I don't know if there was a whole thing, an inside joke. But yeah, Goosebumps Dead of Night was for about a week or nearly 2 weeks. It was classified as a shoot 'em up, even though it's basically just one of those puzzle visual novel sort of.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, exactly. And no. It was very interesting to see that sort of stuff, and I liked. Oh my god! I just saw your team gulp in the chat. Oh my god!
I just said it.
It's
a freaking thermos, man.
That's an actual container for diesel.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
It is 3.8 liters. In that, that's a gallon.
Liters. That's insane.
That's a gallon, right? That's a gallon, I think.
That's
4 liters in a gallon.
Yeah.
4 liters in a gallon, I believe.
That's so dumb.
You go ahead and get a gallon of a drink. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, this achievement is for being killed by the gummy bears in Goosebumps. No.
Oh, that's appropriate.
I know.
That is appropriate.
You nailed this with your second choice.
Yeah.
You have redeemed yourself.
I have redeemed myself, and that's why I find it funny. But no,
all right.
Yeah. This game's fun. I classify it as one of them. You know them like puzzle games where you're like almost half walking sim, half like Slender Man. You know, where there's something in the house and you have to hide from it, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Genuinely fun game. All of the Goosebumps monsters come out of the book. You know, the mummy, the jelly, or the goo, whatever it was called. I can't remember. The dummy, Slappy, you know, all that stuff. And all it's really cool. And the gummies are probably the worst thing about this game because they steal your collectibles off you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
It is one of the worst things I've ever seen in a video game. So if you have loads of collectibles and the gummies run into you...
Do they tell you which ones they steal?
Nope. And then you have to find the gummy bears who run around the house. Their AI pathing is ridiculous.
Oh my.
Very annoying. There is a way to sort of counteract it, but you have to sort of know how to counteract it. But no, it's fun. But again, this is going to come back to the whole thing with... Ireland being Americanized, especially with food and snacks.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, or at least when even all my friends and stuff were younger or whatever, we didn't really have like a high sugar intake snacks or like candies or like stuff like that. It wasn't like a big thing for us. Even our like school dinners and stuff like that were generally healthy, or as healthy as school dinners could be.
So you didn't have the cardboard with shredded cheese on top?
No.
The pizza.
I've seen those American memes, and I'm really glad that sometimes I didn't grow up in an American school system, and it's specifically because of the food. But
right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I think once we started getting Americanized a little bit, like we started getting like like Reese's Pieces and like Hershey stuff and the Mountain Dew, like I said earlier, and just all that sort of stuff. I was around about I want to say I was around about 15, 16.
So this
and I was
2 years ago.
According to Heizo, then it's a couple of months ago. But no, I mean, like it was generally weird to see our like snack system, if you want to put it like that, get like sort of like espionaged by Americans, basically.
Oh, yeah.
It was interesting to see, and it happened gradually, but at the same time, it happened all at once. It's that sort of thing, where you sort of see it coming a little bit, and then it happens all at once. And it was interesting to see because like I was a skinny kid, and then once I hit like 15, 16, 17, and I was like getting my first job and my own like income, my own disposable income, and then that Americanized stuff came in, like Oreos, Mountain Dew, Reese's Pieces, all that stuff, and I was like, oh my god, this stuff is gorgeous.
We did this to you.
Yeah, you guys literally ruined our obesity rates, and it took you less than 10 years. Less than 10 years.
That's what we're good for.
Right.
We're a bunch of dudes working out on farms, fishing. We're just hanging out, having fun, just being Irish lads, drinking Guinness. That's where we get our carbs and iron from. Is pints.
Yeah.
Nope.
Now you're chasing it with gummy bears.
Y'all ruined that. You were like, here's a kilogram bag of gummy bears and 7,000 Oreos in a box. Have fun.
Now, I do have a question about the Goosebumps game. Okay, not to change gears too much here, but is the game scary?
In this game is really bad way scary? Yes.
Okay. Is it enough?
Am I thinking of the...
What's that?
Is this the one that's like where you click on stuff and then you
no,
have to like...
that's the first one.
Oh,
this is the one where you're walking around, you're physically moving your character.
Oh, okay. I didn't play that
which is a little bit more fun, because the first one's for all intents and purposes a graphic novel. It is, but the second one is you're moving around the house, the lab. You're moving around your area with your 3D character. It is a fun game. It's not scary. It's not.
Well, I'm wondering if we could use it as a twofold if it scares somebody enough. Do
not say VCCW.
What's that?
Oh, you're not going to say it. That's all right.
No. But is this could this scare somebody enough to not want to touch gummy bears again?
Oh, yes.
Could we use this as a cure for obesity?
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
So,
yes.
If
I mean, killed
by gummy bears, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
will they be so scared of gummy bears that they'll just keep their fat fingers off the gummy bears?
Oh, yeah.
And just stop consuming them altogether so we can actually use it in a positive way.
Yes, fat gamers will be scared because gummy bears specifically steal collectibles, and that is not something we want.
Okay.
That is true.
So this could be the gummy bears are the cause of the problem. The game could be the solution to the problem.
Oh, you're saying it's the antithesis of like don't touch gummy bears?
Yes. We're just going to scare the hell out of everybody from touching a gummy bear.
Now, unfortunately, might I interject that they decided that they would take the gummy bear and bastardize it, and they would make it into every shape possible. I think they have gummy worms, gummies, everything.
Can't you guys in America buy like a 5 kilogram gummy worm or something? Like it's something insane.
Yeah, like giant tapeworm.
You can even buy them in 5-gallon buckets of gummy bears if you really wanted to. I'm pretty sure the government sends.
I was looking at the nutritional, because when I was thinking of gummy bears, I always think of I don't know how you say it, Haribos.
Haribos.
Yeah. And so I looked up the nutritional information, or the lack of nutritional
in them.
The lack of nutritional,
the lack of nutritional facts in them, which is 23 grams of carbs per serving. They classify a serving as 13 gummy bears, so each one of those has about a carb and a half in them for your eating pleasure. What is this ingredient? I haven't seen this ingredient.
That's an insane amount.
There is a very interesting ingredient in gummy products.
I mean, I knew gelatin was in there.
Isn't that a
beeswax?
Horse? Isn't that a horse?
A lot
Beeswax.
of them contain carnauba wax.
Isn't gelatin made out of horse, though?
Oh, I see that. Carnauba wax.
Yep.
I see it in there. Huh. I had no idea.
Yep. See, even being fat, I still read ingredient labels. I do.
Why?
Actually...
What's the point? You've already reached fat systemness. What is
so? Well, like they get so greasy that they can wax their car with their greasy palms.
That's right.
You know, so.
Get out there and work those carbs off.
Oh no! Now I'm just picturing like some child washing a car with a giant 5-kilogram gummy worm.
They just
waxing the car
their
with
belly.
it. Yeah.
Wipe their belly on it, man.
Yep.
Oh, that's way worse.
It's derailing so quick. I love it.
There you go. Save us, Inigo. What we got number 2?
Why did you ask us to on Elroy? Yeah, Inigo, go.
All right. So obviously we got a problem here. Okay, we've got
okay.
More
than one.
Yes, we got a country full of fat people. Especially a country full of fat kids, okay? And we gotta stop it, all right?
But this month we're raising awareness. We're solving this problem. Yes.
I am here with the solution to the problem, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right? So
right.
my number 2 achievement is next time, make friends with salad. Achievement.
Oh, there we are.
All right, so now this is almost within the year time period. It was very close, okay? But this is a very obscure game.
2014.
Sure. No, this was 2020, okay? So I'm pretty sure that nobody's ever spoken about this game.
Okay.
But the message of this achievement is right there. Make friends with salad. We should all make friends with salad. Let's embrace it, okay? There's nothing wrong with salad. And you don't have to put 900 pounds of ranch dressing on it, okay? That's not the point of this. Lay off the ranch dressing.
What the hell is ranch dressing?
Oh my goodness, you don't know ranch dressing?
Yeah, that's how people justify eating salads. It's still not
they
legal.
just throw a bunch of fatty ranch on there.
Yeah, you just
full of bad oils.
Ooh, it doesn't even sound nice. Ranch dressing? No, I don't like it. I don't like the sound of that.
It's pretty awful. Okay,
it's not pretty awful, man.
Well, no, it tastes good, but it's the way people use it. It really is.
Oh, like overkill almost?
You can make your own out of it. You just basically use some, better ingredients, but basically mayonnaise, sour cream, and some chives are kind of the main, parsley are kind of the main.
Everything that you said annoys me.
And dillweed.
Like everything there. You're like, sour cream, chives, that's all good. Mayonnaise, that's fine.
Well, actually, Elroy, when I make burgers at the house, what I do is I get a package of the dry ranch mix, okay?
Oh, nice.
And you mix it in with the hamburger meat and pop open a can of beer and you mix all three of it together and you've got, it makes a fantastic burger, okay? Very simple. Like I said, package of ranch dressing, the dry ranch mix that you get at the grocery store, a can of beer, throw your hamburger meat in there, mix it all up, make you a couple hamburger patties, have yourself a good evening.
Nice.
So everybody's welcome to that one. But anyways, let's get back to the salad
for Noth, give Noth a better idea of what this is, like a very fat laden thing. Not that fat's necessarily that bad for you, but some fats are. But this one is 2 tablespoons is the serving size, and this is Hidden Valley's kind of the most well known, I guess.
Yeah.
But 14 grams of fat per 2 tablespoons. So that adds up because most people just squirt half a bottle on their salad.
Yes.
So there you
go. Elroy is not wrong.
None of this sounds nice to me.
Yeah, it's the devil. Ranch is the devil, okay? So when we make friends with salad, we forget the ranch, okay? So that's the whole point of this achievement. We're going to make friends with the salad. It mentions nothing about ranch. Just forget it even exists, okay? And this is in the game in a game called Children of Zodiarcs.
All right.
I'm not overly familiar with this game. Very low player base to it. This is a very obscure game, okay? So this achievement is for completing Story Mission 6 without reaching the exit. I wish I could.
Oh, yes. I actually know about this game.
Nothing. It's available on Windows.
Yeah, it's a roguelite, isn't it?
It's
role-playing strategy.
It's I think primarily a strategy, role-playing strategy turn-based.
Yep.
Again, like you said, it's only got 206 people have started it on TA.
Oh, wow.
With only 9 completions. So
that 4 rating, man. People liking it. They're digging the salad game, man.
And even
I love the salad game.
More important is I believe we have a member of our Discord server that has actually completed this game. So I'd like to actually hear their opinions on this. And that would be EOJ. EOJ has completed this game, so good for him. I'd like to actually kind of, if he wants to maybe pop out a few words and comments on this, and also feel free, EOJ, to say why salads are good, okay? Because we should all be embracing the salad.
I will jump in on this as well, just to sort of hype up EOJ. I will say this: EOJ is one of the guys in the Discord that's like me, that sort of like me. I like.
There's nobody like you.
I like.
Just stop there.
You're special.
But I mean, like, he likes playing like weird and like obscure hard games.
Yeah.
And I've played a lot of them and completed a lot of them, like Neon Chrome or like Nowhere Prophet, stuff like that there. And EOJ has actually been in my DMs a couple of times about specific games, asking me about, like, how to do stuff in like specific ways and all. And I remember after a while being like, I know this guy from somewhere, when he was in the Discord, and I went and checked my DMs on TA afterward, and I was like, oh, he's the guy I was talking to about like Nowhere Prophet and like Neon Abyss and stuff like that there. So he plays a lot of them, like really weird hard games. So it doesn't surprise me that he's finished this game, to be fair, because I'm pretty sure that dude has like a million gamer score, but like a 2.1 or 2.2 ratio. Like the guy's over 2 at least. He's an interesting gamer because...
Yeah, and I'm going to speak a little bit more. I added him as a friend on TA,
wow, yeah.
and a couple of games he's played, I've actually been turned on to, because of him playing them.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of opened up my eyes, and I like obscure games too, but I don't go to the levels maybe EOJ or Waka goes through.
Yeah.
Which those guys really love the deep cuts, so to say. But this is obviously, like you said, a game I like knowing those people because I'm able to see what they're working on, stuff like that, and kind of catch something that I might have overlooked at some point.
Oh yeah, because it's interesting to see somebody play a game that you wouldn't have heard of.
Yeah,
some indie title or whatever. And I will say, like, even in the past 24 hours, I was looking up like maybe a couple of weird games that I'd never heard of that have been out for like 4+ years maybe. I have maybe 10 completions, and then I would say I clicked on 3 of those different games, and I saw EOJ's name.
Yeah.
In those completions. Like the guy is interesting because he's just like, yo, is this game got a really low player base? Is it dumb hard? Probably do it. Let's go.
Right. Well, Children of Zodiarcs, which are doing their part in making sure that we keep that childhood obesity down. Let's make the friends with the salad, folks, okay? I'm gonna keep stressing this.
Okay, but when you were younger, would you have had a salad?
When I was younger?
Yeah.
No.
Would you now?
Yeah, I love salads now.
Okay.
It's actually, it's probably one of my more favorite foods at this point.
Oh man,
nice little grilled chicken salad. Good to go.
So are you saying that your like taste buds changed over those years, like from whenever you were younger, or like?
Yeah, I would say.
Oh,
that.
for sure, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Once you start eating well, like your whole taste change. Like you don't even crave that crap. And
Mr. Skinny, ripped, fit dude. All right.
It's you just get used to it, man. You're not addicted to the sugar, man. I have a salad waiting on for me in the fridge right now. Like every night we eat a salad. Like that's like it's good for you. Eat one salad a day. So
well, would you have had a lot of fatty stuff when you were younger, though, Elroy? I mean,
fatty stuff. Yeah, man. I used to eat all that crap, man. I've been clean for a decade now. So there you go.
That's it. Only 10 years.
Yeah, about 10 years.
That's interesting to see, like that you like decided only 10 years ago to just be like,
I'm done with that. It was kind of a series of events. It was a series of events, and my gateway to, well, my wife got walking pneumonia when we put in a hardwood floor, and she was sick, and then she just kept getting sicker and everything, and she's like, all right, we got to change something. And so then she kind of brought the nutrition part into it, and that was about the same time that P90X came out, and so I decided I'd try that, and so I tried P90X, and I went through the whole program.
High-intensity workout, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, man, it was awesome. Like, I loved it. Like, the first week I thought I was going to die. Like, it just, I'm serious, man. It was kicking my butt. Like, and what's crazy is, though, like, after you go through it, like, you get better and stronger, like, just by doing it. Like, you just get better each time. And so when I first started, I look at my numbers when I first started, and then I look at my numbers, like, years later, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe that, how far I came. Like, I'm doing five times what I used to do. And so, yeah, I mean, but I've been doing it for about a decade. I mean, it's you just have to commit to it. That's all. So there's no secret. Just eat healthy and exercise. That's it. So
see, I think I could eat healthy. I don't think I could do the workout.
Eat your vitamins too. As the mighty Hulkster reminded us.
Now, if you eat salad every day, you're getting a lot of the natural stuff.
Yes.
And the nutrition and all that. So
well, if I eat salad tomorrow, can I put a little ranch dressing on it?
No.
Oh man, 2 tablespoons. That's it.
Yeah, 2 tablespoons.
I'm a dip that salad in Mountain Dew, baby.
Oh man, you should see these people putting this ranch on their salads, man.
We're supposed to be stopping obesity and, more importantly, childhood obesity. And you're over here talking about dipping your salad in Mountain Dew. You are unfit.
It is too late for me.
It is
too late for me.
Unfit.
He is a cautionary tale, is what he is.
Yeah, I'm a cautionary tale. I'm a fat gamer boy dipping my salad in Mountain Dew. Kids, don't do what I do. All right.
Hold on. I'd just like to take this time to say that the views of Ultra Noth do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Age 101 and the purpose of lessening childhood obesity, okay?
Eat your meat raw and throw your salads out, boys. Let's do it.
And I'd like to say that the picks of both Noth and Ingio do not necessarily reflect the intention of this segment on AH101.
I feel awful.
So, speaking of which, I do have a number 1 for you here.
Let's go.
All right, number 1. And it is no other than Cucumber Free from Scourgebringer. So Scourgebringer, that is that little game that you can get a lot of TA in, but you make the world cucumber free. That's the description for the achievement. And so one would think that means consume some cucumbers, but you get this one for buying a cucumber from the shop. So there's a store in the game, and you walk up to it and you buy a cucumber. It doesn't do a thing. You just buy it and you feel better about buying a cucumber. It kind of helps you justify feeling like a piece of trash for cheating on the entire game by using the assist mode.
Starting to sweat. I'm starting to sweat here now.
Yeah.
Who's one of the only people on the Discord to complete it?
There's nothing wrong with getting an obscene amount of TA for using a mode designed for those with disabilities. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right, boys, I'm a head out.
And soon all these fat children will join those. This mode will be designed for them as they walk, scoot around their supermarket in their little carts and such, and they'll probably scoot right by the cucumbers. But I chose the cucumber. Do they? Now I gotta ask: do they have those little motorized carts that people ride in that have baskets on them that they just ride? It's like a motorized wheelchair.
Over here, yeah, they do, but they're specific. They're specifically used for people with disabilities. They're not used for fat people.
Oh no, yeah. You only see fat people.
It's like
anytime I see those weird NYPD dash cam videos or whatever, blah blah. You always see like some little old fat lady in the background in one of those scooters all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. They're everywhere.
That's what they do.
But over here, it's like I literally cannot walk. I cannot use my legs. Okay, here's a scooter. But over in America, it's like I'm flat. I can't walk. Here's a scooter.
That's exactly what they're used for.
Yeah.
I don't think in Elroy, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I've ever been in a store and seen somebody elderly or any type of whatever.
It's usually it's usually a very large woman, man. That's what I'm saying.
It's a very large woman.
Very large man.
Oh my god,
that's it.
This is going to be a little tangent here, Elroy. But have you seen Mobility Mary?
Is that the Mobility Mary? Sounds familiar.
It's the little fat angry woman on YouTube who uploads her videos from her GoPro where she's just shouting at people in the street to get out of her way and stuff, and she's gonna bring the cops on them. She is my favorite. She's my favorite content creator from America.
I'll have to check her out.
Yeah,
sounds like the
your
chick
bar's
from
been set pretty high.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like the chick from Dead Rising 3 that attacks you and throws.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
She was featured on the very first obesity awareness VSS segment. So there you go.
She was?
Yes, that achievement related to her was on the very first.
Oh
one.
damn!
So
okay, that's an interesting segue.
Yeah, a little fun, fun fact. So let me tell you about some cucumbers. So I chose the cucumber because, or the cucumber free achievement. Because what a glorious message it is for these little pudgy children to get an achievement for buying a cucumber. So you can lead a fat kid to a cucumber, but can you make him eat? No, of course not. But it's worth a shot. Probably the closest one of these little porkers will ever get to a cucumber is eating one of those deep fried ones at the latest fried delicacy at the local fried item and livestock show, which is also known as the county fair. I don't know if they all have those over there, but they have these county fairs where they just fry everything. They They even have fried salad. Fried salad even.
Oh damn! And now I'm signing up for that.
Yeah, they fry everything. So in any case, we bathe these little fatties with participation awards. But where's the participation award for making a healthy choice? Well, we just got one. Buy a virtual cucumber, and perhaps that will translate into even more than just a virtual excellent dietary choice. Perhaps it will encourage these little heavyweights to ask their parents to not just move through the vegetable department of the local grocery store as briskly as possible, avoiding eye contact with any of the items contained therein, but rather to actually load up the entire basket with those nutritious, nutrient-laden veggies that your body needs. Now, then again, they might spend just the $10 on a bottle of vitamins and chase them down with $20 of those big gulps that we talked about earlier. Now, they help cleanse the healthy aftertaste from the palate. So there you go. Regardless, thank you to Scourgebringer for bringing cucumbers as a part of the young ones' lives again, and more than just a substitute for an eggplant emoji on their phone, as they get their only excuse of moving their fingers on an electronic display of TikTok. So there you go.
I'm sorry, that one got me. That one got me.
So yeah.
Did you notice quite a lot of people from our Discord have completed that? There's a low number of completions on that game, but
it was one of the 25 games that everyone played for the last G test.
Because I was just looking through it, and I see Freemhole, I see Mario, me, Redemption, Inigo.
You have the assist mode, so everyone's just playing with the assist mode.
I took full advantage of it.
Elroy, are you trying to say
that I did?
Are you trying to say that we only play difficult video games that have assist mode on it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh?
Or cheese methods, yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
smarter,
not harder.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I think work smarter, not harder might be my favorite term for video games.
That's it. I'll tell you right now. Hey, if you did that legit, it didn't turn on in assist mode, that's great and good for you, and I'll be very proud of you. I did the same thing in probably half the time.
I've always subscribed to the there are no asterisks for trying, so you don't get a little asterisk next to it, next to your pop for doing it the right way.
That's
you got
right.
Just like the person that didn't. So there you go. But if it makes you feel better, do it the way you want to do it. So there you are.
Make those healthy choices while doing it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the
Right.
important thing.
Eat your veggies. Yeah.
Don't be eating
You eat
pizza
them.
while you're doing that assist mode.
That's right.
a salad.
Keep pizza rolls down. Keep them.
But with only
light.
only
Okay?
2 tablespoons of ranch and no more.
No more
That's
than
it.
2 tablespoons of ranch.
Oh wait, was it
This is
teaspoons?
public
Oh god, we
service.
might be giving bad information. Was it tablespoon or teaspoon?
It's table.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
tablespoon. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
We don't need to be
That's
issuing
close.
fake news here. Tablespoons,
There
right?
you are.
Yeah.
Tablespoons.
Tablespoon.
Okay.
Tablespoon. That's it.
If there's one person here that's going to be able to deliver fake news and believe in it themselves, it's going to be me.
Oh, hey, there you go. It was teaspoons.
It was teaspoons?
No, it was tablespoons.
Oh
It's
god, don't do
tablespoons.
that to me, dude.
Still tablespoons. It didn't change. Oh man! All right, guys. Well, I think we've gone long enough. We've been all over the board, but I think that we did a good job of combating the childhood obesity. I think we raised some awareness today.
I mean, as long as we don't end up the size of me or an ego, I think we're good.
That's right. Like Elroy said earlier, we're the cautionary tales. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, once you get a million gamer score, you're going to end up with like one of 2 people, me and Inigo here, or Elroy, who is like
That's
a
right.
skinny, fit, ripped dude, or you're going to end up like me and big old Inigo here.
Nothing in between.
Nothing in between,
it.
dude.
Nothing in between.
Oh man! Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me, and we'll maybe next year. I don't know. Start collecting those.
We're going to be doing this next
Hopefully-
month.
Hopefully, if we didn't make you mad enough by screwing
well,
everything. up.
You made him mad. You made him
yeah.
mad.
Whoa. I made myself
Yeah.
mad. Okay, I'm not going.
Hey, to be fair, I
You're
had
gonna
that.
go scroll the.
Yeah, I had that achievement in the list from 16 years ago, and then whenever he was like, "Oh yeah, from the past year," I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "I'm glad Inigo's trying to call a timeout here."
Yeah.
Y'all just go to that chat and just scroll up all the way to the top when I was telling you all about the segment.
Elroy,
I'm sure
does that
that's
sound
in
like
there.
either of us? You're the smart dad here. Me and Inigo are just going with the flow.
The thing is now everybody that listens to this is going to get to realize exactly how irresponsible myself and Noth are. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm totally
The answer is
embarrassed.
very.
I'm embarrassed, but I'm not ashamed. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Oh, I'm ashamed, but I'm not embarrassed. So that's interesting.
Oh shoot!
We'll do
well, speaking
better.
of the salad, man. Yeah, I got that salad waiting for me in my fridge, so I'm gonna go eat some salad,
right.
man.
Turn to
Ain't gonna put
salad.
no ranch on it either. So
No ranch.
Ring ring. Hello,
There you are.
Domino's. Yeah, you're my favorite pizza place. Come on over. Let's go.
All right, thanks for having us, Elroy. Thanks for
no
having me.
problem,
Thanks.
guys.
It was cool
Appreciate it.
hanging out. It was cool hanging out. Just chatting.
yeah, we'll do something before the next yearly, the fifth edition of this. So yeah.
Oh yeah,
definitely,
even if I'm not invited to the next one, I'm gonna crowbar my way in. Like you have to understand that now, right?
your September's gonna pop up on your calendar, and you're gonna be like, oh damn.
I'm gonna be like, is
it's
Elroy
this
doing
time,
that thing this time? I was like, I gotta go.
You're gonna hit me up. I'll be like, oh wait,
Yeah.
I don't think I was doing that. this
Guys, I
year."
gotta go. I got a podcast to go to.
Oh man. All right, guys. Y'all take care. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening, guys. Have a good one.
Hello, I'm Wakapeil, and I recently picked up Clumsy Rush for $2.50, and I have some bad and some worse news for you if you did the same. The bad news is that you overpaid. The worst news is that the game has some glitchy achievements. Not having very much gaming time at the moment, but still wanting some quick score, I booted up Clumsy Rush, an alleged 0 to 1 hour completion, which ended up being most of my playtime this week. Not by choice, as the up to 4 player party game featuring hippos walking on just their hind legs has some issues unlocking a few achievements. The game opens up with a tutorial teaching you how to walk by pressing right trigger to move your right foot, alternating with left trigger to move your left foot. Your movements has a bit of an arc to it, which makes moving in a straight line rather troublesome. There's also a dash move you can use by pressing the A button. Unless you want to torture yourself with some extremely awkward movement, the first thing you should do is go to the options and change the control scheme to only use the left stick for movement. more or less completely invalidating what is unique about the game, trivializing movement, making the gameplay extremely bland. The objective of the game is to race to a finish line carrying a crown, which you have to pick up or steal from other players by dashing into them. There's an achievement called Are We Having Fun?, which made this supposed 0 to 1 hour completion take close to 4 hours to finish. The unlock criteria are not certain, but I believe it unlocks by playing together with at least a second controller for 20 minutes. You might wonder, if you have to play for 20 minutes, how come it took me closer to 4 hours for it to unlock? I wish I knew, but I believe the timer stops and never starts again if a controller idles for too long. In my case, I had to delete my save file from the console and cloud twice before it unlocked. I started playing Clumsy Rush with my 4-year-old, and it kept her attention for maybe 10 minutes before it bored her, even less time for me. In other words, don't play this game with anyone else unless they can stand 20 minutes of it, or are fine with you using both controllers at once they've had enough, which very likely will be long before playing for 20 minutes. In my case, we stopped playing and I decided to wrap it up myself in the evening, which turned into 4 days of cursing the game. Most achievements unlock within the first hour, but there is one achievement which might not unlock properly, unlocked by jumping out of a Christmas tree. There's another achievement for playing with all 27 costumes, which is semi-luck based. Unless you choose a costume, you will use a random one each race, making you eventually wear all 27 costumes just by playing the game. You have to keep track of the ones you've used or not, or you can just replay the shortest race over and over again until the achievement unlocks, if it hasn't by the time you've unlocked the rest of the achievements. Armed with the knowledge of having to keep both controllers active, might be a rather unenjoyable 1 hour completion worth 12 achievements, 1000 game score and 1100 TEA. Or you might end up suffering way longer, or end up with an unfinished 1.1 ratio game on your tag. Either way, don't pay $10 for Clumsy Rush. Do not pay 5. Even at $2.50, I'm not sure it is worth the effort. I know I hated my time with it. Have a nice day, everyone.